And we're live. Greetings,
Oh
everyone.
wow!
My name is Sai, and welcome back to the Plunderer Boob Club. I'm joined once again by lovely co-commentator Isaiah Christo. Welcome to the show.
Hey, it's all right to be here.
It's all right to be here. Yep, that's what everyone else is saying. We're earlier than usual today. We're like a couple
Yeah.
hours early. Again, that's a
All,
result of fucking work screwing both of us over. So I'm having to be more flexible.
yes, unfortunately, I can't wait for no one to be here at all, and then
Pretty much, yeah. Everyone else is probably doing shit that's important.
it'll just be the two of us sitting here,
Yeah.
no chat to respond to, just yelling at each other
Yeah,
for the next
just
3 hours of
two
our life.
idiots, each in their own padded cell, yelling across the doorway to the other guy, and no one listening to them at all. Yeah, it's pretty much this. Also, can we talk for a second about how fucking edgy as shit this color page is?
I think this color page fucks hard. All
This
right.
blade is
Hey,
damp
Ivan's
with the
here. Ivan's
this.
here.
Let me read. I don't give a shit about Ivan. I want to read the fucking edgy as
Fuck
shit
you.
text.
I care about you, Ivan. Fine, read
I
it.
care about you too, Ivan. This blade is damp with the blood of remorse and sorrow.
Sorrow.
Fucking
It's bad. Look, okay, look. Even if you think the thing itself is edgy, it's a fucking cool color page.
Okay. I hated Doan already, knowing that he has red hair with blue bangs.
Yeah, that I don't know what the fuck Minazuki was thinking. I just assumed he was like.
That's the only part. That's the only part of the character design that's like weird in any way. Like,
well, the rest I've gotten used to. You know, I've gotten used to the fuck face. So then I see the fucking clown hair. I just assumed that like he was blonde with like dyed black tips.
Yeah, I assume we got yeah.
Yeah, so seeing that it's red and blue, as if he couldn't look any more fucked.
I know, right?
But oh god, imagine how it's gonna look in the anime.
Oh god, I don't want to. Everything looks like such shit in the anime. Like at least he's drawn competently, even if his body portions are fucking insane.
Oh, I was just thinking about his hair color. I wasn't thinking about the rest of. God.
Yeah, no, he'll be drawn incompetently and look like shit in canon.
How is he gonna look like like he's drawn ugly but with purpose? How do you make this look worse?
Shiny and chat's funny.
Know? Shiny and sorrow with the blood of remorse display.
Just reading it left to right instead of right to left. Yeah. Also, again, I pointed this out the last time, fucking bottom corner. Manga Volume 8 is selling to great reviews. Fuck you. That was shit.
It's doing well. The manga's doing well. It's not selling Sorno and Tashimono gangbusters, but it's selling pretty good.
It's so bad though. Like I will repeat what fucking come on, brain.
I will repeat what someone smarter than me once said in reference.
Exactly.
To
what's his fucking name? It's Mark Hamill. I was gonna say I'll repeat what Luke Skywalker said. Like, no, it's the actor's name. Damn it, brain. Mark Hamill. Read what Mark Hamill said. Like, it's not that Plunderer makes a lot of money, ergo it's good. Like fucking, I don't care how much money it makes. It's still shit regardless of how well it sells. But he's not saying it's selling to great review. He's not saying it's selling well. It's selling to great reviews specifically.
Oh, people like it.
So that means everyone in Japan's incompetent. Okay.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna argue with that one.
Also, Vaporweeb, yes. We said in the last stream that we had to like mess around with time and shit because we have jobs now. So we took inspiration. We're fitting the stream in now because we could, whereas we couldn't later on today.
Yeah, fucking Ave Joe in the chat.
It's cool that Mark Hamill talked about Plunderer.
It is. It's like the great Bilbo Baggins once said.
It's like too much shit spread over not enough butter.
Yeah. So sorry it's so early, everyone, but this was the best we could do because we both got fucked over by work last minute.
Oh well.
Yeah. Is there any other things you want to talk about before I do the good old recap?
I don't know. I don't have anything else. I feel like we
All
should
right.
stall longer, but I can't think of anything.
Yeah, right. It's just my instinct to wait until 20 minutes deep before we actually discuss the fucking manga, because it's usually how it goes.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could just talk about Rise of Skywalker, but we did that enough before the stream started.
Yeah, and
also I just realized, is this fucking hair translucent here?
Licks?
Yeah. Why is his hair translucent? Why can you see through it?
I don't think it's supposed to be Oh no, yeah, you're right. I can see the background.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah, at first I thought that was just a texture. I didn't realize it lined up with the background.
Yeah. What the fuck?
I don't know. I don't think it looks bad, but it is weird now that you pointed it out. Yeah. I really do like how Minazuki's color pages have been like adapting though. Like you can see that he's kind of figured out a more
making it edgier.
Edgier, yes, but I was gonna say like there's almost like I don't know what the word is. It feels more painted as time goes on. Like especially if you look at like the blood on Doan's face and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like it feels less like a drawing and more like a painting. The better his art gets, which I really like, especially
fair enough
in some of the next color pages once we get to those.
Mm-hmm. Anyone's yes. Ivan's right in chat. All our viewers are teenagers, so if they can handle the edge, then they're off from school. So yeah, fair enough.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Okay, what's the recap? Like, let's get started.
Oh yeah, recap the last volume.
Let's get it started.
So recap. They came back out of a time travel. Licht was like, "No, by the way, I killed your dad," and then he left after fighting with Pele. And then Doan showed up. Then
he poisoned all of them and then fucking walked away and left Tina in her underwear in the forest unconscious.
Them, excuse you, so he could subvert his responsibility.
Says Bill Cosby.
Fuck. So yeah, he ran away to go fight the. I was gonna say the Empire.
To go be in a pudding pop commercial.
Yeah, he ran off to go. Oh fuck, it fits. He ran to go fight the Alcyon army, but Doan showed up and he's like, "I'm back," and he killed him. And then everyone else got captured by the special service, and then we had one really really good chapter with Jail where he fought his dad and got his ass beat.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a really really good. It was really good. I'm just gonna say that again, because it was a really good chapter, and
that was a good chapter.
Yeah,
that was the one good chapter so far. We did it.
It was the one.
We're like a 1-30 ratio, but Minazuki did it.
Fuck off! It was the one chapter where you didn't interrupt me once, and that's how I know it's Kino.
Yeah. Well, you were just so emotional. You were so into it.
It was a really good chapter. What can I say?
Yeah.
But anyway, we left off with all of the crew in abandoned fort. I know it has the city as a name, but
abandoned capital Hofung.
Oh, Hofnung or whatever it is.
Hofnug.
It's not Nug. There's an NG. Hofnung. And so they're stuck in Hofnung, the abandoned capital, chained up as Doan and Sherman lurks over them. So yeah, I guess we'll start.
Well, Sherman's not here yet. He walks in later.
He was at the start of the last chapter.
We retcon the timeline, so we are now starting earlier.
Whatever. Anyway, on the first color page, shows it's a flashback to back during the war.
Oh, this.
Yeah, and we see a dead kid that Doan presumably killed. Then we get the cool edgy color page. Now we're in Hofnung. They're all chained up. And Doan goes, "Why?"
Surprisingly not in bondage. Rather tasteful for Minazuki considering.
Yeah, right? Isn't it funny that Jail like puts them in the weird bondage change, and yet their enemy, the weird fucked looking frog face enemy dude, very tastefully handcuffs them.
That's an insult to frogs.
Fair enough. But anyway, a goat man. If is goats fine? Can I call him goat eyes?
Sure, yeah. Fuck goats.
What did goats ever do to you?
They killed my mother.
Oh, anyway, fucking Ivan. It's good to see the army supplies clown make up to its soldiers. They support his passion. Anyway,
a clown army.
so Doan goes, why are you all in my memories? So we get the confirmation that it's not like stable time loop. Like this isn't how it's always was. That they actively did force themselves into the past. Now it's fucked with everyone's memories of the events. No way you were in that school 300 years ago. Is it Nana's doing? That brat. I can't read this line without laughing. Using a little bit of she's got left. What's she thinking? Like I could just imagine like some old like New Yorker guy like ranting like, oh, what's she thinking? What's she doing?
Yeah.
Oh, that Nana.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
What? One person's missing. The nauseating bastard with the glasses. Well, whatever. It'll be over soon enough. It's the same as with the cockroach. Fuck. I kind of hate that she still calls him pudding because like
I hated it 20 chapters ago. That I'm glad you're in the same room with me now.
Like it's specifically that she calls him the pudding. That
doesn't help, but it'd be still be stupid even if it was. Did you kill pudding? Yeah.
Did you kill the pudding?
Yeah. All I can think of is like a superhero from like 1940s. Like it's the pudding.
It's the pudding. No.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's the pudding. Come to save the day. And once again, the day was saved.
Saved by the pudding.
Thanks to the Pudding Puff Girls. Read on, damn it.
Anyway, Dawn's like, fuck pudding. I broke his promise.
Fuck pudding.
It's obvious I take revenge. God, I can just fucking hear the Shadow the Hedgehog music in the back of my head.
By the way, do you know that Little V Mills is a fucking great cover of I Am All of Me?
You showed me that one, didn't you?
Have I? Okay.
Is that the really like
he does like metal covers of songs? Yeah.
I am all
it's good shit. It's good shit. I should just have that fucking song playing in the background of this. I don't think I get copyrighted for a YouTuber song.
Yeah, I don't know. Fucking, I've seen weirder shit. I saw a guy get copyrighted for his own original song.
That's fair.
But I was gonna say you specifically showed me that before one of these podcasts. I think it was back when we were doing Sora, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so they're all like, "Promise." And he goes, "It's none of your business." But I'll have you all tell me.
Giving him a New Yorker accent.
It's slowly slipping in.
It's none of your business. But that was terrible. Holy fuck.
That was horrible. Don't ever do that again.
Okay.
Where is Sonohara? So we can see he's still very protective over her for reasons that aren't yet
Indeed,
clear.
And he's in a Sherman personality.
Yeah, he's got the cool. You know what's funny? Like
I don't even think it's that cool. I think it kind of looks stupid.
No, I was gonna say like well, I kind of dig it, but on him because his face is already so fucked, it doesn't like make him.
It's not even special. Yeah,
yeah. It's like, well, you already got a weird face.
Yeah, exactly.
The little dot eye.
Also, we can see now Minazuki taking more advantage of fucking them being chained up as Lynn's tits are drawn at excruciating detail as fucking balloons.
His gravity powers are making them expand.
Look at her left tit. Like, tell me that it's not just a balloon tied to her chest.
Yeah, more or less.
That's insane.
But anyway, little forget the word I'm looking for. Fuckhead in the background comes up.
Special service guy.
Oh. Yeah. I was gonna call him some other insult, but fuckhead's fine. Major General Doan, he has arrived.
Playing the pronoun game.
Yeah, right. As if we don't fucking know, based on the last chapter where you literally showed him walk up.
I know, right?
Yeah. You notified him against my orders, didn't you? You lapdog! Hey, I'll give you one piece of advice. That guy's changed from 300 years ago. If you want to keep your life, don't tell him too much. And then out comes Sherman with some other man.
Isn't this the same 2-page spread he used last chapter?
No, it was a single page last chapter, and he's given it a different. I believe the drawing is the same. He probably reused like the Schmerman part, but he added in the soldier in the background and changed the background itself and added those ice particles. So it's not super lazy. Mangaka do this quite a lot, and I don't blame them because their schedules suck ass.
Fair enough.
It's framed in a new way, so it's better than just using the same page. Anyway, so finally, after all these years, we get the first true encounter with Sherman. So walks in. My, I wonder why I'm remembering two different things. Ah, it's Nana's doing, right? What a terrible child. Sherman! Why did you betray everyone?
Well, they call him
Class
Sensei
A?
specifically. You have to translate that. That's
Fine.
a plot point.
I'm skipping the Chan still, but I'll do Sensei because that is.
Well, they call him Sensei, and that's important 2 pages.
Yeah, that's what I just said. It is important. Yeah.
I know this fucking better than you, apparently.
Fuck off. Why did you betray everyone in Class A? They all believed in you back then. Rihito, Tokikaze, Ichinose, and the other background characters.
And the rest.
Everyone else that we didn't name. We said we'd make a non-killing army. They all followed you. And yet, why, Sensei? Sensei? And then we get another gun mouth. As if we didn't have enough of
gun mouth.
Gun mouth.
Then we get another gun shoved in a mouth, I would have said.
Yeah,
no, Isaiah. No. So we get another gun mouth.
Gun mouth sounds like a Kojima character.
It does, yeah.
That is less majesty, or however you pronounce that. I don't fucking know.
Lace.
Lace? Is it lace majesty?
It looks like lace. Like this is lace majesty.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fucking. I'm not convinced it's not a fucking like bad translation.
No, that is a real word.
Spelled shit wrong.
No. Less majesty is a real term. It's basically. I don't know how it's pronounced, but it's like
it's German for reading. Apparently, lace majesty.
When I looked it up, it says it's like
Wait, what?
It's like insulting. Like royalty.
Yeah. Then why would they say this is lace majesty? This is
because she called him sensei, and he goes, "Must
you cut out."
Oh, he because they call him sensei, and then he says, "Ah, no, you must address me as your excellency, field marshal." Like he's saying that like you're using that as talking to me with disrespect. Like I'm not your teacher. So
okay, like that's it. You treated it so like that's an insult. Like, first of all, I didn't even realize it was Sherman speaking. I thought Sherman was the guy in front, and then the sidekick was saying like that's your majesty to you.
No, you can see the
I know.
word bubbles.
Like the way the sentences flowed, I thought it was like that's your majesty to you, commoners. Like that made more sense to me than the other guy doing it, and Sherman saying that's an insult in a really weird fucking way.
Well, it's a real.
Anyway, let's Google how you say it.
Les majesté.
Yes, les majesté, says Google.
Les majesté. Okay. Fucking Vapor Weep in the chat. Every chapter. Isaiah. Sorry, this is stupid. It's very true. You have figured
also, you drop and rejoin because you're cutting out.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Blah. Anyways, I know that's the formula. If you haven't figured it out yet.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I don't know. Also, is this worse than the carrot? I think this is better than the carrot. It's not great.
This is better than the carrot. You know, this is better than the carrot. This is.
I mean, nothing. I don't think anything's going to top like you make me horny, even though you're ugly. Like I think that's in a field of its own.
It's not like she's sucking off the gun here. You know,
she basically is. That's the insinuation. If Minazuki didn't want the sexual connotation, he wouldn't have put it. He would just like put a gun to her head, like to her forehead. Like he wouldn't have done like a shove the phallic object in her mouth thing.
It's not as inherently phallic, is my point.
Yes, but like in this fucking manga, it is.
fair enough. Whatever.
Given everything else that's fucking been phallic shoved down characters' throats, like the insinuation is there regardless. And
Yeah, no, I
because we know that if we wanted to avoid it altogether, it would have made more sense for him to just put it to her forehead.
Yes. Anyway, it's an insult. It's your excellency from.
Isaiah vomits as he tries to read more of this fungus dialogue. So that's
I like take damage every time I try to defend it.
Like I take the chair and just go Elysium. There's a line in one of Swade's Pokemon reviews where it's like one of the side characters introduced in an episode. It's like, now let me, or he dubs over her like, now let me vomit up a tragic backstory for you, and so she does.
Yeah, we watched that one together.
Yeah, that's really fucking funny. I love that chick.
Oh yeah. Anyway, from
Less Majesté, my boy.
Less Majesté. Oh, I miss him already. I just want to keep saying my boy.
Mm-hmm.
From the school entrance ceremony, the choosing had already started. At that time, I told Rahito in front of everyone, didn't I? If he didn't kill me, I would kill them. The non-killing army was, in other words, a test to filter people out. Test?
Rule by numbers.
Right. I was waiting for you to chime in. That's right. Believing in such sweet words, those who can't kill the enemy are unneeded in my army. Now, here's what I like about this scene. All right. So the great thing is that like this is exactly like what you expect to happen after seeing the past, right? But because of the perspective that we've had of Sherman throughout that entire arc, we know that this isn't true.
Mm-hmm.
I
would agree.
He literally was ready to murder Ferenda over just the suggestion of experimenting on Rahito. So we know that what he's saying right now is actually the lie.
Right.
Which I think is a really great subversion, because in any other series, this would just be how it actually goes and everyone would see it coming. But the fact that this is the lie is like a good twist to me.
I would agree. Like reading this, I did get the insinuation like, oh, he has changed in the past 300 years and fucking like, like something happened to him in that time. And like back then that wasn't the case.
No, yeah, exactly. It's not just like from the beginning he was a piece
but
of
you're right, yeah.
shit.
Like had we not seen the fucking flashback, past arc, this would be like, yeah, this is what happens because this is just every standard anime.
He's just the bad
guy.
The
past arc does add an extra layer of. I had a lot of problems with the past arc. Sherman's character in it was not one of them.
That's the thing. Yeah, he's one of the like him in jail. I think have like some of the best consistently good characterization.
I heard him in jail.
I've gotten used to the fact that his name is Jail, but every time I tell that to someone, they just give me this look like I'm retarded.
Right, yeah. I mean,
shut up.
You know
what? Maybe I am stupid because I shouldn't have fucking opened my mouth there. Anyway, so fucking Lynn screams. She's mad.
Isaiah sets him up. I knock him down.
So she screams. Fucking Sherman.
Yes.
Yeah. That being said, since
nope. Voice acting, please.
What?
Voice acting. I want to hear voice acting.
Was I not? Was I?
No, for Lynn's fucking for Lynn's line.
Okay, fine. Oh, you want me to do the scream? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Do I have to? This is gonna suck. I can't. Do I have to do it with something
I did
in my
it for
mouth?
you. I did it for you.
Something in my mouth to emanate.
Sure, why not?
Okay, all right, hold on. The closest thing
extra
I have
level
is my
voice
wallet.
acting here, folks. Okay, tell the viewing audience at home, what exactly are you filleting to get the following fucking proper acoustics?
Next to me is my wallet, so I'm gonna shove.
Nice. Okay, so Isaiah going to fillet some cash.
Okay. All right, and what?
Yeah. Go ahead. Nice. Fantastic.
Are you happy now?
How does your wallet taste? That's the next thing I want to know.
Like gross leather.
Dirty money.
Anyway,
Continue.
that being said, since you've all taken a leave of absence, I can't do it after shoving the fucking wallet. I thought it'd be funny, and all I feel is shame.
I feel so violated. God, now I know how all the Minazuki characters feel every time he does it to them.
Wow, it's almost like it's really fucking stupid.
I know, right? Isn't it just?
Anyway, I'm going to attempt to carry on.
Best of luck.
Are we going to need a thing stuck down people's throats counter? Oh man, if that was Hina's count, she'd be unbeatable.
Oh, absolutely.
Anyway, you've all taken a leave of absence from school. Shouldn't I give you another chance? Doan, give them the ace surgery. And you get all the shocked reactions. What are you saying? There's no need for a genetic screening for implantation use. Implantation use. Or no, I fucked up the sentence entirely. There's no need for a genetic screening. For implantation, use the new medicine. And he fucking Star Trek beam away.
Our herbal remedy.
Dawn's fucking scared. Asshole in the background's like,
so we want to talk about the fact there's just a pill that lets you do it now. Like,
yes.
I wonder if that'll be fucking relevant later. God,
yes,
because it was such a hassle having Sherman like agree to shit and lie down with them both going to surgery and for that to take hours. Isn't it so much more convenient for when Minazuki wants to power up one of the characters in future? There's just a fucking pill now. Isn't that so fucking convenient?
Well, it's been 300 years, so I doubt. It's not like a huge stretch of the imagination that they could find a way to fucking streamline the process.
In a better manga, I would agree with you. But again, at this point, I just see the writing strings. Like, I don't see character, I don't see plot points or logical reasons. I just see the strings fucking puppeteering.
Well, to be fair, we do, like, later on they elaborate on it. It's not like this is all we got. Like, we have a medicine that can turn anyone into an ace. It's right. We learn how it's developed later. This is supposed to be like the intrigue aspect of it. Like, how did they make this? And if they did nothing, then I would agree with you. But they actually go into it later on.
I suppose.
And like, I'm not gonna act like it's like the greatest of writing. Like, it was brilliantly set up and executed. But it's not a huge stretch.
Terrible, I suppose not. Again, I just see the writing strings, and I'm just waiting for the moment where all is lost, and then someone, probably Hina, because who the fuck else could use a pill, swallows it and becomes super powerful and whatever.
Fair, but that's not yet happened, and I suppose, given the way that they're treating it, I'm not sure if that's going to be how it goes from what we learn later.
I suppose it might end up like that one like bullet in Kill la Kill that is like the fucking definition of a Chekhov's gun that is just never fired.
Oh yeah.
that pissed me off so much back in the day. Yeah, they introduced this bullet that can like kill anything, and then they never used it once in the entire show.
It for Ryuko, that's right.
Yeah,
and then they just very fucking. You think they'd like use that on Nue or the Life Fiber Core? Or something.
Yeah, I was certain that's how they're going to kill Nui. I was certain. Yeah. And then Nui cuts her head off, and it's like, well, fuck.
From the one.
Also, Sherman teleports away with literally the fucking system, like, fucking disintegration effect on him.
It's not exactly the same. This is more like pixels, whereas, like, the system looked more like...
How often did we refer to it as pixels last time, Isaiah, when we were fucking reading it?
But I mean, like, if you look at it, like, it's drawn differently than this. The system, like, looks more...
You're right, they have lines. Ooh.
No, I mean, like everything, it almost was more like a puzzle piece when the rule would do it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like you could see whereas this is just like little bits, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
It's similar, but not the exact same.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so they teleport away. Hang on, I'm checking to see if I missed anything in the chat.
Also, is it writing easier when you introduce fucking a character who can teleport?
Yes.
I just think it's funny to like think about the fact that like all the powers they get were essentially random. Like, I don't believe it's anywhere in the manga they say they just like pick their own fucking power. Like, I think they just got whatever the fuck happened.
They don't get to pick the power, but
it's like an X-Men mutation. Like they don't get to choose what mutant power they have.
No.
They're all just like useful for no reason.
What are you talking about? They flat out said in chapter 4, 4. You complained about it, in fact, because it was just the exposition dump by Lin, which was a fair because it was very.
There are so many exposition dumps. I can't fucking keep track of everything.
They did specifically say that like a ballot's ability correlates with like the count, like what the count represents. That's why jails.
Right. So like their count powers up. That's fine.
No. But I mean like the actual ability correlates with the count's style is what they said. So essentially, like the reason why Jail has iron is because it represents his unbreakable conviction, his iron will. The reason why Aaron, she even explains it, not to spoil, but like her ability.
Who cares?
Okay, yeah, she can like communicate with others over far distances because her count is
she has Skype powers. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, her count is related to like I can't remember the exact wording. It was like the people she connects with. I don't know if it's the number of friends she has or something, whatever. Fucking, what's another example? There are others that I can't remember, which doesn't help my
Why does Nana have time travel powers?
Well, she's different. Like, again, for a lot of the aces, they're different because remember their ballots act as multipliers to their already obtained abilities because they're synced with the outthings at the genetic level. But even with Doan and Sonohara, like his ability is the number of surrenderers he drags out. So his comes as like gravity, like an unstoppable force that makes you yield, whereas Sonohara's is her persistence, so her attacks will just follow you continuously. The abilities linked to
was persistence related to her character though?
Well, she doesn't give up.
Like, you can tell really anyone in this fucking manga though. It makes sense that Lin has a persistence thing because she never gives up.
What do you mean?
It makes sense that Rahito. That's what I'm saying. Is you could give her power to any character in this manga and have the explanation that they never give up, and it would make sense. Like, why is Rahito's power persistence? Because he never gives up. Like, fucking, why is Nana's power persistence? Because she never gives up. Like, fucking, anyone can have that. That'd be the bullshit excuse.
I mostly worded that as a joke, but also, like, the point is, and hers isn't the best out of everyone's because I do think Sonohara is not the best character in the cast for many reasons. But like her entire life, she's been treated like shit by everyone around her, but she's never stopped pursuing her goals. Like, for example, Doan repeatedly like stole her stars or like bullied her, but she remained in the school. No matter how many people told her she was worthless, no matter how she was bullied, she kept pursuing her goals. So that is being persistent. Granted, I don't think it's the best example, like I said, but it still correlates with her power. So that's why ballots have specific abilities, because it correlates with what their count represents.
Okay. This just, as far as I'm concerned, this almost just kicks the bucket up the road one. Like, okay, so if we allow that their powers are based on their counts, then how fucking lucky is it that like Sherman has a guy who can teleport? Like, what is his count and how does that relate to teleporting? Like, fucking, what count even would relate to teleporting?
Well, with ballots, it's different because
the number of places you've been.
When you're given a ballot, it's not like it's their base count, it's the ballot's count. And when you have a ballot, you can choose it's like what the count represents for the ballot. Because only the military are like given ballots typically.
Can you?
Like, well, we've seen with Licht, like he got to choose what his ballot represents.
Well, he's an ace. Like, but earlier we disregarded the aces from like what we were talking about because they're special. And now that it proves your point, you're like, well, with the aces, like it happens like this.
Well,
like,
here's the thing: him being an ace doesn't change how a ballot works.
Well, okay, if he had said like, why did he gain super speed though? In his count, like, he hadn't set his count before he got his fucking superpowers. So how does that relate to?
These are different points. I already said that, like, when it comes to the aces, their ballots are just amplifiers. That's been said. He's used multiple ballots, as we know, and he has the same ability. So it's not the ballot's base power. But my point was that when it came to like choosing what his count for his ballot was, he got to choose that. And I assume when you're given a fresh ballot, it's the same for everyone else, because they're given to military officers to hunt down criminals. So I imagine that like when Jail got his glove, it wasn't just
he chose to have control of iron.
Not iron, but conviction. He was like, oh, it'll represent my conviction, because he knows that that's something that's important to him. And then that came as iron.
Okay.
You get it now?
I suppose, but again, I'm wondering what this teleporting guy would choose that would like the teleporting.
That's fair. Yeah, that doesn't come to the top of my head.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just
later. I think he says it actually later in the next volume.
I do love when teleporting guys like officially introduced. That's one of my favorite, just like funny incompetence chapter in the manga. When he shows up, he's like, "Hey, it's time to fight," and then just like something else starts happening. He's like, "Oh fuck," and then just completely forget about him.
That is basically his reaction. He's like, "Oh fuck!"
Oh, it's so good. I love how how funny teleporting guy's battle is. Like how unintentionally hysterical it is.
I can't wait to get there. Anyway,
maybe he's a really devoted mailman. You're right, Abe Gel. I'm sure he is.
Could you imagine like he shows up to the fight and after using his teleport power and Licht is like, "What? How did you do that?" And he like smiles and he chuckles. "Didn't you know? My count is the number of times I successfully deliver mail."
But I thought you were going to make the better joke. Like, fucking, "Didn't you know? I'm the mailman." Like, I thought that's where you were going. And I was like, "Oh my God, what a good joke I said."
Change the title.
Okay, yeah, fine. Like when you said that, I was like, "Oh man!" Like I saw you building up to that. I was like, "Oh man, such a good joke. He's so good at this. He's so fucking funny." And then you didn't make it. And I was like, "No."
Well, that's the theme of this. Every time you think I'm gonna make a good joke, I subvert your expectations.
I'm the mailman.
I'm the mailman. Dude, okay. I know that you said you're not watching Plunderer with me, but when we get to the "I'm the magician" part, I am forcing you to fucking what? Because I need.
I absolutely want to see "I'm the magician." That's such a good line.
I need to have another moment like we did.
Yeah, exactly.
The genuine joy I felt during that was so goddamn incredible.
Yeah. Oh, it's good shit.
Yeah, anyway, back to the fucking chapter. Fuck. That was like a 20-minute.
That was so good, though. I don't give a shit.
No, this is good content.
I think "I'm the mailman" is the hardest either of us have laughed on any of the book clubs.
Oh my God. I like that you put an exclamation mark too.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next page already. I want to get past the rape drug.
Okay. So we go immediately back to the rape. So fucking someone tries to shove another thing down Lynn's mouth. So that's like 4 on the fucking counter now. Like, what the fuck?
Where does one watch the Plunderer anime? On the website you want. Because Funimation had the first 2 episodes up, but only for the UK.
Nya.se, my friends.
And only for
NYAA.se or SI rather.
Yeah, you can either go torrent it off there, or it's Go Anime and 9 Anime and whatever. Once it airs properly on January 8th, you can find it on Funimation though.
Yeah, go there, search Plunderer, you'll find it. Got a torrent program, it'll download.
Also, it's getting like weirdly wide release in Japan. Like it's on basically every streaming service.
Why?
Like,
why is everyone excited for this crap?
It's on Hulu, it's on Amazon, it's on.
What the fuck?
It's on like 7 channels in Japan.
Why does anyone think this is going to be a good show?
I don't know, but it's blowing up. So and it fucking I just not help about evil Isaiah. He's gone. Anyway,
Isaiah Mellon, God, we've been over this. Anyway, so rape.
So yeah, he tries to shove the pill in her mouth. It's not that bad on this page. It's still weird. It's the next page where it gets weird. Anyway, so Doan is like, wait, this is dumb. We don't need to do the rape drug. Let's screen their genes. And the guy's
and
like,
then do the rape drug later.
Yeah. He's like, no, what are you saying? The
Like,
field marshal said, he said, huh? Didn't you hear? The field marshal said that examination is unnecessary. Besides, this is not that sort of medicine.
I like how Minazuki drew her like this so we could easily Photoshop the hand out and a dick in.
Dick in, yeah.
Yeah.
Like what he did for Godere, remember? Like, here are their nipples.
Like, here are their nipples. Feel free to cut them out and paste them over the pages. Yeah, exactly.
That was a really good gag.
That was a good gag.
Yeah. Anyway, but before he can do anything, Doan fucking has a panic attack and goes, "What? Don't you fuck with me!" And he fucking...
What's the fucking Normies Ree fucking voice acting that was?
I felt I had
Normies Ree.
I felt it fit with like his face.
I mean, he would absolutely be a 4chaner and fucking he would be like an Elliot Rodger type.
I mean, he's got frog eyes. So
yeah, exactly. He's like been shunned by society. Like I can absolutely see him trolling around 4chan, becoming fucking.
My count is the number of
Pepe frogs I shared.
This is the Pepe. Yeah. So he fucking this page looks painful. You can see his fucking like back bend backwards.
Yeah, it's like Rev in that one episode of ReZero.
Oh fuck yeah, his fucking spine cracks. He's Major Doan, I won't accept it. I won't accept it. Someone who didn't survive the abandonment war becoming an ace. I won't accept it. I won't. And then the poor stormtroopers walk in and they're like, General Doan, what's happened? And he just fucking murders them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do really like how experimental Minazuki gets when it comes to like drawing Doan. Like he does like really weird shades.
Because normally he's so normal, but like in these intense moments, it's fun to see Minazuki expand into different styles.
Well, I mean, because he's already such an he's already such an odd-looking character that Minazuki's really able to fuck with like how he draws him. So I really like he inverts the colors a lot. He does like really intense shading. It adds to how intimidating he looks.
I would agree. This looks cool. And again, I want to imagine how this will be in the anime. Like,
oh, stop it!
Yes, look at this face, and then imagine a horrible anime adaptation of it.
They're just literally gonna invert the colors too.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be shit. It's gonna be great.
Anyway, so Doan fucking murders them all. You can see their bodies are like fucking contorted in the bottom too. And fuck, he stomps on the dude's head. Only we are allowed to have the name of Ace. Only us. And he sets him free.
This is again a cool way of drawing Doan's face. She's like completely black.
No,
like that.
Yeah, like cool. Totally fucking blacked out while his hair is like completely white. Mm-hmm. And I do really like the characterization of Doan here. Because
that's fun.
He's gone through a lot, but he also has pride. Like he takes insult to people just being like, "Hey, you can just pop in a drug, anyone can become an ace." Because he went through fucking so much suffering that like wounds his pride, and I like that a lot. So he sets them. He betrays the order downright and sets them free. Because we've seen
how does this work?
He I don't know. He makes the gravity so intense on the chains that they break or something. Just the chains, because we know he can direct it. So I assume
that's fine. I'm just curious. Like it looks like he's like almost like fucking use it. This looks like how it would look if like fucking someone made a wish on the rule to remove the chains.
It's like the little crackles. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. This doesn't look like using gravity powers to crush chains. This looks like they just like evaporate for no reason.
Fair. Yeah. But I was gonna say that, like, in general, I do really like how Doan is portrayed in a lot of it, because he's introduced as very stereotypical bully, but from every like confrontation onwards, we see that like he's weirdly protective of Sonohara. He's not necessarily trying to start shit with people. he's antagonistic, but he won't hurt people unnecessarily, you know?
I want to cut back that one page from the school arc of fucking Doan holding Sonohara up by her hair after having taken
there's
her
a specific reason.
He won't hurt on people unnecessarily. There's
a specific reason for that one, though, as we'll come to see.
No, I agree. I'm just imagining how funny it would be if we played a montage of Doan hurting Sonohara, where you say he's not necessarily a bad guy. He's not looking to start things, and he's kind of deep down just a page of him like holding up by her hair. Like,
to be honest, I have been thinking of like cutting specific things. Like ever since that Dr. Stone bit from last one, I know I need to just get the snippet of that.
Yeah. That's good shit.
Fuck. Hearing that
you, I like Dr. Stone.
Hearing that back is embarrassing. Specifically because I wasn't even just like, fuck you, I like Dr. Stone. I was like, what? You don't like Dr. Stone? What? Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. The total like 180 in your tone. Like, hey, I like Dr. Stone. Like how like wounded your pride and your sense of self when I said that.
That's why I like Doan. I'm objecting right now.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's a really great fucking snippet. If anyone wants to see it, I fucking put the time code in the description of the last video in the comments.
Oh, that's great.
That's good shit.
Anyway, if I could animate or even draw better than I currently do, I would totally do like a shitty animation of that.
That's good shit.
Anyway, so he's fucking sets them free and he says, "Get lost. My count only adds up surrenderers. I don't feel like taking an order like this." Wait, I don't feel like taking any from an... Oh, like a surrender. Okay. I don't feel like taking any from an order like this. I ain't in the mood. Get lost. A horse!
What fucking great writing! Isn't it awesome when horses can just teleport into the scene conveniently?
Well, I mean, it's...
that's exactly what we need right now. How fucking lucky.
It's the horses that we rode here, but just the fact that it's randomly there and just the narration of
the narration going a horse is what makes it funny. Yeah. Like, had they just gone outside and the horses they came here on were just there, fine, I don't give a shit. But the way the horse just like majestically walks into frame and everyone's like, oh my god, how lucky a horse!
Horse! Yeah.
That's shit writing.
Yeah. As if we can't tell what it is.
Also, they were kidnapped by the special service and dragged to wherever the hell this is? How are their horses follow to them?
Well, they were already in the city. Like they were in the same. They just brought them within, I imagine, the closest building. So the horses didn't really have a reason to run. You know?
Why do the horses stay?
Yeah, it should have just been like they walk out the city and then like their horses are just somewhere there. But the horse like specifically just like
shows up like yeah. Like one of my favorite parts of I'm going to reference again fucking Suede. You remember the great Pokemon-a-thon, like the Pokemon race with Rapidash in it?
Yeah.
There are a bunch of shots in the episode of Ponyta goes like, yeah, and Suede specifies that when she like in real life, that's the sound horses make when they want you to like give them food, and so like he says like it undercuts a lot of the dramatic moments when you know that like fucking, and he plays the scenes like, please Ponyta, won't you like race in the race, and it's like, yeah, feed me, like fucking Ponyta, please trust Ash. Feed me, like it's a really good joke. Yeah, so I imagine them go, a horse, feed me. Is it neighs?
Feed me. That's why
exactly.
Oh God, I fucking anyway. So they get on the horse.
How lucky that it was there.
And then as Hina reaches to grab her bag,
God, I can't believe we have two of these back to back. God damn it. How bad is it writing?
A piece of debris is sitting on her bag, and as she pulls it up, it tears open her bag, and the ballot falls out. And it rolls onto the ground, and Doan sees it. All right, go on. Complain now. Just get it over with so I can go back to reading.
Do I have to say anything? Like,
okay,
is this not just the epitome of shit writing? Like, is that not just plainly of like, hey, Doan forgave us and he's fine with it and he's kind of a nice guy. And then they're like, okay, cool, let's go. And they stand up and then fucking the incredibly important MacGuffin falls out of their bag and Doan's like, hey, wait a minute, and then decides to kill him again. Do I need to say why that is incredibly shit writing? Do words need to be devoted to that, honestly?
Fair. Also,
how bad is Minazuki at writing? Holy fuck.
All right, but now to go back to talking about how good he is at drawing, you want to know what's really going to look like shit in the anime? His fucking outfit.
Yeah, no.
Because I like how like his cloak is different than it has like a weird texture on it. And then it's like torn in the back.
Yeah, like looks, paint splotches almost. Or like,
yeah, it makes like a really interesting silhouette for him.
Like what I see right now in this page specifically is like, if like, okay, if I was going to make a joke, like if I was doing like that guy with the glasses nostalgia critic review, and I seen where I got like high, and I played that one footage, like like the weird texture effect of like things blurring over me, like I'm high now. Like that's the texture in like the I'm high now video that like I would use having that's been applied to his jet. You know what I mean? Does that make sense to anyone but
like
me?
Swirly and like
it looks like it looks like a visual representation of just like what you see on drugs.
No, yeah. And it looks cool.
Yeah, I agree.
But I'm just imagining the fucking awful gradient they're going to put on it in the end.
Oh, absolutely.
And his tattered
It's going to look like
it's,
shit.
It's always, like, it's supposed to be, like, billowing, but it's going to be stiff as fuck in the anime,
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's going to be a still panning shot as we go upward from the ballot.
Yep. So we see him. He's pissed off now. I do like how intense. Again, Mina's, like... He looks fucking weird, but because of that, like he's also like his expressions really show through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, credit where it's due. There are some like interesting expressions with him. And I am a fan of like drawing weird characters and finding ways to like express emotions with them. The two examples I would cite would be like the robots from Portal 2.
Portal, yeah, that was the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah, the robots from Portal 2, because they have to emote with only the one eye, which is incredibly difficult. Like when I've probably told the story before. When I was working with, not Steamy Tomatoes, Longest Distance on the profile picture and the banner for the side channel. It's still up there now. We were trying to draw GLaDOS, and we were trying to make her look at Flowey, quote, perplexedly. And it took us so many fucking drafts to figure out how to make her one eye look at something perplexedly, like she was confused by it. Because the whole joke is that she's supposed to be all about science, and she's in the same picture as a magic flower, right? And so she was like, what the hell are you in my internal canon, right? But so like we had to figure out how to draw a character with one eye as her only ability to emote, looking at something like, what the hell is this? And it took us so many drafts where we were finally able to nail down exactly what it should look like. So just going back and playing Portal 2 after that, I just recognize how like much attention to detail and like professional work there is in making like Wheatley or GLaDOS emote with only the one eye to actually show emotion. Like that's incredibly impressive to me.
Absolutely.
And the other example I would cite is Kumiko from So I'm a Spider, So What? I love her character design so much. So because she is a spider, she has 8 legs. And so generally like the 2 on her bottom are used when she's drawn chibi or whatever, the 2 on the bottom are used as like her normal legs that she is standing on. But then the other 6 are basically free to just like emote. And so like in the most recent chapter, Kumiko like eats a berry for the first time in the whole manga after being stuck in an underground labyrinth. And so this is the first like decent tasting thing she's had in like months, if not years. And so when she eats it, like, yeah, like 2 of her arms come up to her cheek like, ah, and 2 of her arms stretch out like she's excited, and 2 of her arms like, like do like basically she has like 3 different expressions you would usually use to show, oh my god, so good, all going at once. And so as a consequence of doing that constantly, like using her 6 arms to like emote in different ways simultaneously, she is incredibly expressive, and I just love all the panels with her. So similarly, I do just like the idea of like interesting or unique character designs and having them emote in different unique ways from what you usually get. And there is definitely some of that going on with Doan. So credit where it's due.
I also think that like Minazuki just figured out how to draw him better with this time skip.
Yeah, I would probably agree.
Like in the past, like he looked like he still looks weird, but in the past, like he kind of had like a weird dead face. You know what I mean? Like he would
Right, yeah.
never emoted quite so much. Whereas now that he's like tuned him up, he's made him look a bit more mature. His body's less lanky. He's really like made him look bad in a good way. You know?
I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way.
Yeah, so I really like the cool expressions you can get out of him with like his thin eyebrows and his long eyelashes and his weird face.
Right.
And anyway, so his weird face gets angry and he picks up the ballot and he goes, "Hey, hold it." And then but this Pele yells to run. They all just get fucking squished one by his gravity. That's gonna look like shit too.
Yep.
Why?
The entire anime will. I don't know why you keep singling bits out.
Because I'm like things like this, like and it helps that it's in a manga format too, so like your mind can like fill in like seeing him like going from standing to instantly hitting the fucking ground. Like I can like feel that weight, you know, because it's just from one to the other, and it helps that like your eye moves down the page, like that's good paneling, because your mind puts in that fucking movement of him just hitting the ground like a fucking fly.
Yeah.
Whereas I know in the anime when it's gonna be like a slow fucking, and they're gonna like do slow-mo and the ground cracks because it's hard to draw. Ugh. Anyway, so Doan.
I know what they're gonna do is they're gonna hurry, Sergeant Major General, and they're gonna cut to the one still panel of him on the ground, and then have like three different like camera pan downs, like ba ba ba. Like the camera like goes down to imply that
like he's gonna go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly. When that happens, I want someone to cut the clip of us saying this with it actually happening, and that would be so fucking good.
Me.
Yeah, I want you to cut this clip in with it not actually happening.
If they get this far, anyway, I don't even know because they're getting 24 episodes. I don't know how much mileage they can get out of those. Like,
where logically, if you can't stop at the end of the school arc, where's the next logical place to fucking stop Plunderer?
Then I imagine the next logical place would be after
the what you cut out.
After this fight, I would say is probably the next best place because that's like it ends on like a cliffhanger-ish, spoilers, for the next like arc. Whereas if you do it the arc after this, it'd be really unsatisfying, you know?
Right. Fair enough.
Anyway,
we shall see.
I'm not not
like the manga's proven itself to be a bastion of quality. Like, that would be an unsatisfying ending, so we can't do it.
but my point is that this would be a better cliffhanger than the next cliffhanger. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Fair enough.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I'm not cutting out too badly or anything, am I right now?
Nah, well, you cut out as you were saying that, so yeah, go ahead and drop it.
Okay, I'm gonna drop.
Just buy a better microphone already. What the fuck?
All right. Can you believe we're still on the first chapter and we're almost an hour deep?
This is why I cut this down to one volume per.
Yeah, thank God we're doing one volume stream now.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he goes.
So something incredibly contrived happens, and then
he says, "Well, why do you people have this? What do you?" I can't get over the fucking way his speech is typed. What are you thinking of doing by gathering? Sinking Althea?
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
This one too, like just her fucking like horrified face. Like she can barely, like you can see that she can barely, like realize it's happening by the time her face like fucking hits the ground. It's
no, great. Not Hina. She's my favorite.
Hey, Pele's getting crushed, so that's the drama.
I'm certainly not glad this is happening. If anything,
sinking Althea, the Althea that we aces went through hell to create. My mood's just changed. That is not a good line.
Yeah, fucking, I'm a bad guy again. Sumanazuki, he implies, he spells it out, he tells directly, then he tells directly again for the people in the back who didn't quite get it the first time.
What's the name of this chapter? Test? It's Test. Fuck. You have tested my patience.
Wait, where is that? Where is this page?
The name of the chapter is Test. So I was trying to do the Superman 4 thing.
Oh, yeah.
So they're all getting crushed except for Lynn. She's on a horse.
Isn't that convenient? God, wouldn't it be so fucking funny if just like she's on the roof and then he activates gravity powers on her and the horse goes like, yeah, and just fucking dies. Like, wouldn't that be the best thing in the world? Like, but no. Of course, Lynn is the only one he doesn't hit.
Well, but to be fair, she is like higher up, so we can assume she's out of range and he has to like bring her down.
Fuck that! Fuck you for even suggesting that. Like, she's out of range of his fucking bullshit gravity powers.
Well, we see that he brings the roof down in the next page to bring her to his level, so I assume that's what he had to do first.
Like, whatever.
Whatever, it's not a big deal. Anyway, so he goes, I'll kill all of you, and that's the end of the chapter. Again, really cool drawings of him. I also want to throw out there both of these last two. The first one, obviously, just because of how fucking cool his face looks and like how like the background like melds with him. It looks really awesome. And on the second page, because like his tattered cloak like mixes in with his like aura, so it's like it's a really cool fucking. You can't tell where
that's cool. Yeah,
you can't tell where the cloak starts and his power begins, and that's a really cool image.
Fair enough.
So that's the chapter. I like this one.
Fucking at the bottom left, touched a nerve. Like, thanks, Minazuki. Yeah. Look at it.
That's what like fucking I'd imagine like the Pokemon narrator to say. Like,
yeah, exactly. Looks like our trio touched a nerve. Will they be able to survive? Tune in next time. Like, fuck you.
Touched a nerve there, didn't we, children?
Yeah, fuck you.
Anyway, so that's the chapter. I like this one.
Wow, that was shit.
What? No, why do you mean this was shit?
Did the fact we spent an hour discussing bullshit not key you into that?
Fuck, no. Well, here's the thing. We're only just spend an hour discussing bullshit because you're dumb and you've wasted the time.
Right. Is that how that worked? I'm first, the dumb one?
Yes, you go first, and then I will be the voice of the people and explain why.
Okay. I don't mind Doan's character arc here. I think it's fine.
He's great.
I think it's fucking like I think he's an interesting character, certainly.
Yeah.
I think again the fucking plot hoops we have to jump through to get shit to happen properly. Like you can tell the only reason that they cut from like them being free to look a horse is because Hina was like about to drop her ballot and then Doan was about to change his mind. And so if it had happened normally, like they get up, fucking then they drop the ballot and then they're not on the horse. And so the horse has to contrive itself to appear first so that we can have Lynn on the horse who then escapes in the next chapter. And then Hina gets up and then fucking, like you see strings of writing everywhere.
Yes.
I don't mind his arc, but just again the way we had to do it and the it's like I don't mind. Chaos's arc is great, but the way we have to do it by killing or having Hiyori kill herself is really fucking stupid. And all the contrivances here to set up this arc are really fucking stupid.
I think I dislike this way less than the Chaos Hiyori thing.
Well, that's in a league of its own. I'm just comparing because it's a similar sort of thing.
Fair. I just don't see this as like that big of a deal. This is just sort of like the horse showing up. I can agree on. I don't think like her bag ripping is like the worst thing ever.
That's pretty goddamn contrived. Honestly, I think I hate that more than the horse showing up. The horse, like, with a few minor rewrites makes sense. But, like, the fucking magic MacGuffin that is the only thing that would have caused Doan to, like, turn on them in this moment, being the exact thing that pops out of the bag now at all times, like, fucking, that is incredibly contrived. Like, I mind that way more than I mind the horse.
Well, at least it was, like, set up.
Where? Like in the previous two panels?
No, when he destroys the roof comes down and the piece falls onto her fucking staff. And so when she tries to free it, it gets torn. Like again, I get it. It's not. I'm not saying this is like the best writing, but it's not like her bag just like pulled open at the seams and just happened. It's like okay, there was a setup. It's clearly executed.
Yeah, but the setup was like 2 pages before. Like,
Does it do we have to like have it at the start of the chapter where fucking
Or it's okay. Imagine if the way setups work is that like they're better if they like, especially when they're like this important. Like when they're this important, where it causes a character's personality to completely flip in a fight scene that otherwise wouldn't have happened to happen. Generally, it should have been set up like beforehand. Like if if we're fighting if at the end where Hito is fighting fucking Sherman at the end of the manga, they're having the big final epic battle, and Hito's losing, and then fucking he's like, oh, by the way, I can just kill anyone that I want, and he points a finger gun at Sherman and kills him, and he dies. Like, and that was set up 2 pages ago when fucking he had to kill someone with his finger gun.
That is fucking a whole new level of you reaching for an example.
It is absolutely. I'm not saying that's comparable to this. I'm just saying that it's like that's a similar like bad.
Now, who's the one who has to pull some super fucking contrived?
All I'm saying, I'm reaching for an example that would be like a similar sort of like why?
Because I
shut up.
Winning.
I'm trying to explain why this specific kind of writing technique, like setting something up, doesn't mean you can then just use it 2 seconds later. Like for a big important plot point, if you're going to set it up, preferably it would be chapters beforehand, if preferable. Like if we had seen if Hina's bag was constantly falling apart and she was always dropping the ballot or some shit, or we saw her or even just like I lined a couple chapters ago, like, oh man, like I need to stop at a shop soon because all my stuff's getting torn, or like all my whatever. It would have been set up in some way, but the fact that it's just, 2 pages ago, some shit fell in her bag, and now that means 2 pages later she can stand up and have it rip and have this incredibly important plot point happen. That's not how you do setup, is my point.
That's fair. No, when you
I don't accept the argument like it was set up 2 pages before it happened. Ergo, it's good.
My point was that like it's just not like that big of a deal, like
in real life people drop shit all the time, but it's like when you see like someone sneeze in a fucking show, and it's like in real life you sneeze all the time, but the only time people sneeze in fucking sitcoms or dramas or whatever the fuck is when it's an important plot point. People drop shit all the time. This is reality, sure, whatever, but like the only time Hina's ever the only time any character has ever dropped anything in the entire manga, and it happens to be the fucking MacGuffin, and it happens to be right at the moment where the guy who would kill them if he found out they had the MacGuffin is right there next to him.
It's not just that she dropped it; they were chained up, and then when the roof came down, some of the debris fell on her shit. But granted, I understand what you're saying, that when you word it like that, when you connect the dots in that way, I see what you mean. That like the only time,
of course, she would drop it right now of all times, right when it's fucking important. Sense. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, when you word it like that, I see your point. It's just still not that big a deal for me personally. I don't think that it's like this travesty of writing that like completely.
I think it's pretty fucking bad. Like again, like the only reason the only reason the rest of the manga can happen like it does is because she fucking drops it here for no reason.
I don't see it as a big deal. I get where
also,
you're coming from.
Wouldn't the fucking like Secret Service guards have searched them because they know they fucking are missing a ballot and that they might have it?
They might have.
Why wouldn't they have searched their possessions?
Well, actually, no, this makes sense because we see early on in the chapter that, like, first of all, Doan doesn't like them at all, and he's like been keeping them here, and he was by himself up until they showed up with Sherman.
No, the Secret Service guys captured them in the last chapter.
Oh, in the last chapter, fair, yeah. But I assume that like they just brought them straight there, and then
Doan's like, "Hey, you ratted on them," so that means he was working with the Secret Service agents. And fucking protocol would have been to like strip them of their possessions, search their shit, in case, for example, they might be holding a ballot that can fucking end the world.
My point is, Doan wasn't following protocol. Like he was adamant.
The rest of them were. Doan wasn't even there when they got captured. It was just Secret Service guys.
Well, he was in the city. We know that because that's when he fucking...
Well, I'm saying when they were captured and then brought to him, presumably beforehand, they would have been searched. That's what you do when you fucking, like, capture someone.
Fair.
And the only reason they weren't is because if they were, then fucking they would take the ballot, and then that would change the whole fucking arc of the manga.
Yeah, you're right, Ivan. We have been on this for over an hour, but that's
It's not my. If Minazuki wrote better chapters, we can go through this more quickly. Don't shoot the goddamn messenger.
I will shoot the messenger because the messenger is telling me crap. Don't worry. I think the rest will flow smooth. And either way, this is why we switched to one volume, because me and Sai are now mortal enemies. Just as Doan said last chapter, I'm his natural enemy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'll just say my thoughts quickly. I'll give the
Isaiah really just put the cock in cockroach.
Oh, there's this one panel later on. Fucking love that I'll show you when we get there. Anyway, my thoughts on this chapter real quick before we just fucking move on and put it behind us so we can argue about the next one. I really like both Doan and Sherman's characterization. For all you can say about like bad or convenient bad writing for that setup, how the characters themselves are written is really fucking good. And
that's fine. I don't have a problem with the
character. It's always been my argument, or not my argument, but my opinion, that you can have a bad story that can be carried by fun characters if they're well portrayed. Mm-hmm. So even if everything in the background that's going on doesn't make total fucking sense or is convenient, I don't care, because I'm invested in the characters and they're well written and I care about them and what's happening to them.
Have you seen Rage of Bahamut?
What's Rage of Bahamut?
You haven't seen it? That's a show I would describe almost exclusively as like a bunch of dumb plots happening, but it's fun because the characters are great.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Plunderer for the most part.
Yeah. As you were describing, I'm like, yeah, I guess I feel that way about Rage of Bahamut. So I guess I don't have much of an argument against that.
Yeah. It's like when I brought up the Gurren Lagann thing last time. Opened your eyes. Yeah, like I still
feel the exact same way. I don't feel like these characters are any like I'm going to disagree on the base point. These characters are good.
Well, here's the thing though. If you were just talking about like Hina and like Lin,
we're talking about the concept of characters being able to carry a story. Yes, and we're talking about this specific story.
Here's my thing though, and I will give you this. I do think that like some of our main cast are actually some of the weaker characters. Like the ones that I'm really invested in are people like Pele, Alan, Jail, Sherman, and I do like Licht too. But like Hina and Lin aren't the girl. I like Lin, but Lin's not deep. You know, she's not like, she hasn't done anything super significant. She's just a very likable character inherently, whereas Hina is not.
She's one of the two candidates for who the fucking special pills could be for later.
Yeah, so some of our leads may not be the best, but when you have like a big cast and the majority of the cast is really interesting, and it's even side characters are, that gets me invested in the world and in the characters. Like I love Alan / Alexandrov. I love Doan. I love Pele. Sherman is one of Minazuki's best written villains, and it's a really interesting take that he's never done before, which I did not expect when he just pulled out Nazi Minos, you know?
Right, yeah.
I thought, okay, Nazi this is going to be that's literally what he looks like and what you think he's going to be. So the fact that we spend an entire arc getting to know him and like, hey, he's a good guy. He has his own fucking dreams and desires and he wants to genuinely help the kids, and that him being evil is the real facade. That's fucking interesting. And I care about where the story will take him, even if like some of the paths to get there isn't that great. So that's my opinion.
Is it a facade though? I was under the impression he's just been like possessed by a Sherman personality or whatever the fuck.
Well, like it's not necessarily a facade. Well, what he's saying is a lie, you know, regardless. Like, I'm sure he has genuinely changed. He's doing bad things, but like what he's saying is demonstrably false. He did love those. He loved all of the students like they were his own children. Yeah. Also, hey, Din, good to see you.
Yeah.
Din said stall them for 20 more minutes.
No. Yeah.
No, we're done now. We finally we after yelling at each other for an hour, we were able to get our opinions reasonably.
Right. One last final thing.
Oh, great.
Look at my horse. My horse is amazing. Give it a lick. It tastes just like raisins. Have a stroke of its mane. It turns into a plane.
Are you proud of yourself?
Yes.
All right. Next chapter. Your turn to read.
Okay. Hoodwoo. All of you. Pride and anger bear their fangs.
You skipped the first page.
Did I? I do that a lot. Like I jumped to the double page
You just
spread.
go straight to the double page spread.
Yeah. Why do you people have this? You want to think Althea? The Althea we aces went through hell to create? I'll kill all of you! Pride and anger bear their fangs. And then, like, he starts to crush Lynn, and they're all like, stop it! Get out of here quickly, stupid woman! Like, just fucking Pele's running gag, still just as hilarious as it was.
Well, it's not. I wouldn't call that a gag. That's just like he's a rude person. That's his characterization. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's like a joke for him to be like, "You fucking idiot, get out of here," because that's just who he is.
Mm-hmm. I mean, okay, if they had subtitled like that, I'd be more forgiving. Like if they said "Get out of here, you fucking idiot," like I would feel like it's an in-character line for Pele. But like just the stupid woman specifically feels more like they're just going for like the usual like running gag of like Lynn's an idiot.
Well, the gag is that he calls her fatty, like him calling her stupid.
Well, I also do you're an idiot thing.
Fair, but I don't see that as a gag here. That's just like how he's a dick, and that's how he refers to her because that's just how he is. Yeah. So I think that's in character, especially like
we'll see when it gets like better translated whether or not that's a dumb line. It's difficult to say right now. And then Doan turns around like ugh, and then like he has to like use his gravity powers to block bullets. And then I guess that frees everyone else. I don't know.
He specifically has to direct it.
Right, that's fair. Yeah. I don't know why. Yeah. I don't know why he's like is limited to one bullshit ball of gravity.
It's not one. He can do multiple, but that's why he didn't just like get all of like because you're caught up now, so you've seen like how his powers work and how he can expand, but there's limits without spoiling it to everyone else. So he has to specifically like direct it towards targets. Right now, at least.
Also, I just want to point out everyone has like superhuman reaction time. Like the fact that like fucking Doan could like sense bullets were coming for him and then turn around and fucking like just wah. I imagine dubstep fucking activating when he uses his powers. Is that just me? Like
no, I do too. Like it's like David Productions, like all the weird sound effects they use for JoJo.
No, I haven't watched JoJo.
Okay, well, David Productions, they have a really good sound design team where they just, for all their weird powers, they like do sounds like the main guy Dio when he stops time. they do like a dubstep like whirl, and then the sound of like a clock like slowly stopping.
Yeah.
And when if you hear it on its own, you're like, that's stupid. But then when you see it with the action, it really fits. And they do that for all the characters' powers. Like one of my favorite ones is this one from part 5. Without going on too far, is the stand can like recreate events. So it'll like so what it does, it can like basically, it's hard to describe it. Like it's a stand used by a cop. So what it'll do, it can recreate a crime scene. So it'll like turn into the person in the crime scene and then like play back their events. So whenever it first pops up and he's like, Moody Blues, do your thing. It fucking Moody does Blues. Like a dial-up. It does a dial-up sound effect. And it's and like the sound of like a phone picking up. And it doesn't, it just fits really well.
Yeah, no, I could imagine that working pretty well. Like just what I have in my head. I haven't actually heard it, but
I can imagine. You if you want to watch real quick.
Sure.
Pick up the flow. All right.
While you look for that, I want to say that in Rise of Skywalker, Palpatine uses dubstep powers.
Oh God! Does he?
When he shoots lightning, before he shoots lightning, there's like a and then he shoots lightning. So fucking Palpatine has dubstep powers in Rise of Skywalker.
Oh God,
it's fucking wonderful. Great, and I love it.
All right, I sent you the clip.
Okay, cool. Really quick, to Ivan's point in chat. Like a lot of anime characters have really good reaction time. Right here, he's reacting to bullets, which fucking like their sound is slower than the bullet. Like bullets travel faster than the speed of sound. So like he's reacting. He has spider sense here. Is the only way this makes sense. Like he's not reacting even to the sound. He's not reacting quickly. He just knows they're there because the plot told him.
Well, I mean, he's a fucking. I don't see it as that much of a stretch. Again, like I've seen plenty of.
I mean,
anime characters
I'm okay
react
with the
to
fact they're like
bullets.
super strong and super resilient, but it's the fact that everyone just has like all the bullshit superpowers. Like, it's
Well,
just
I mean,
you're,
with the aces specifically, I can cut it some slack
uh-huh.
because they are just straight superhumans that are enhanced by their ballots.
Mm-hmm. Let me. I have to do Internet Explorer again, just so like personal information bullshit doesn't leak out.
Excellent.
The only other browser I have on my installed right now. Blah. Show it on screen. God dang it! Stop. This is a comedy of errors, ladies and gentlemen. One of these does the thing I want it to do, right? Nope. All my buttons are broken, god damn it. Whatever.
What an excellent stalling.
Shut up. Listen. You try doing this at some point, okay? It's not easy. It's
That is
more
fair,
complicated than it looks.
Ivan in chat said that like a lot of series at least like explain their sixth sense.
Yeah.
Like Dragon Ball has like ki, Naruto is like chakra.
Mm-hmm. Everyone here is just a badass because
Kimetsu no Yaiba
so.
has breaths. There is usually like some base mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
People.
So here's the Moody Blues.
Sounds cool, right?
I imagine it better in my head.
Ah. Well, now listen to the world sound effect.
I have to go search for that. The world.
I sent it to you. You don't have to search it.
Okay. The world revolving is the first one. Fucking Jekyll. Or Jebel. Whatever his name is. Boop, boop. That's that. Yeah, I've heard that in other things before.
Yeah, a lot of people use it. That's the sort of thing that I could imagine from this weird.
Fair enough.
Too bad.
Anyways, so he uses dubstep powers to stop bullets. Yeah, and doing so means that he has to stop the gravity on everyone else. And he goes, bullets. I told you hundreds of years ago, the special service unit is where you belong. Sonohara. We see she comes in. She started blasting, and then Lin-san, run away! Get to Hito Senpai! As he deflects the bullets. It's like, but pudding is already, and she's still calling him pudding, which again just makes me angrier and angrier every chapter now. Are you still here, by the way?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, you just weren't saying anything, and I was like, anyway.
No, yeah.
He's like, but pudding is already, I know that, I saw him, but that's weird. It's not a great translation.
Yeah,
but
it's really
isn't it weird though? His corpse is too clean. Okay.
Ruled by numbers.
Wait a minute. Ruled by numbers? Lin-san, in Nena-san's dream, it's true that Sonohara! And then fucking he crushes her. It's like, get it together. This is where you belong. Is he picking her by her hair again? Are you gonna counter for this shit? Like, holy fuck. Please get a haircut. Come on. At this point, why? Why would you keep your hair this fucking long? Ugh.
Because it sets her apart.
The only place you belong or are safe, as he's possessed by a Sherman personality. And that's why he gives his character that he really likes drugs, because he's evil right now.
I don't think it's supposed to imply his Sherman personality. I think that's...
Why else is he giving her drugs right now? That's not in character. He wants to protect her.
Well, it brings her back to his side.
His side being evil side.
The evils, yeah, but specifically because she'd be safer with the evildoers than being hunted down by them.
Couldn't he just pin her to the ground though? Does he need her on I just feel like it's this character. The one character trait Doan's been granted throughout the manga is that he's really protective of Sonohara. Does it make sense in this moment for her to for him to stab her with a needle to brainwash her into being evil again?
Well, the logic is that,
And also,
like,
again, isn't like the fucking like the white eyes, like the scary ghost outline synecdoche to imply Sherman personalities? Isn't that how it's always been so far?
I thought it was more the shade than the eye, because we see the eye portrayed in different ways.
I'm okay with this as long as it is the bullshit second personality Minazuki set up before. But
all right, well, whatever.
if you tell me this is in character, I'm gonna have a problem with it.
Okay, it's the bullshit personality. Let's move on.
At one point, we need to have a conversation about the very idea of Minazuki introducing evil personalities, so his characters can flip sides in the like fucking the drop of a hat for fucking writing convenience. She's like, no, I don't want another injection.
Like,
and then he gives her the injection, and then she turns evil. Also, why did he bring a Sonohara turn evil injection thing with him?
Because he wanted to bring.
Why did he just have that? Did you think she was going to show up? Was that the plan?
Well, he was
just carry us around everywhere he goes.
I mean, if you specifically remember when he was interrogated, one thing he wanted to know was where's Sonohara, because that's all he fucking gave a shit about. So yes, I do presume he was going to go find her. And then bring her back
he is now he again relating back, like he is now in the Sherman mindset because like after he saw everyone like drop the thing on the ground and then he got pissed off, like my mood changed. That was supposed to be like his like personality change as well. Like so before that he was like normal good who like likes her. Why would normal good Doan bring an injection to turn her evil?
Actually, I don't think that this is a personality shift, because that's always followed by a.
Then again, I'm going to have an issue with this line if that's not an issue. So pick whichever one you want me to complain about. I don't care, but I'll complain about one of them.
Either way, here's how I see it. Because I don't think that he's possessed by Schmerman's killing intent, because we know that usually comes with a change of count. Like people will like show a glimpse of it. Like, Licht will occasionally, like the eye will flash, but he's not consumed by the killing intent, Mm-hmm. There's a difference between like that and actually like completely giving in. And when people give into it is when their count increases. So it might be a flicker of it there, but his personality hasn't completely changed like Sonohara does in a moment. The thing about Doan is that he is protective, but he's still not the greatest guy. Like he's trying to be a good guy. It's not fuck you, Vaporwave.
And that's why he carries an injection needle with him to turn her evil.
Well, as
he's trying to be a good guy.
He was willing to like fucking pull her hair in the past because he wanted her to leave the school so she'd be safe.
There is a difference between pulling a girl's hair and injecting her with a be evil chemical.
Yeah, but it's his fucking.
Also, the fact that Minazuki wrote a be evil chemical into his fucking story.
The point is that it's the less in his mind. It's the lesser of two evils, which
he's better. Possessed by Secret's brother.
it's fucking what happened now? He's possessed by his brother. Look, and in Doan's mind, it is better for Sonohara to be like part of the big evil empire than to fucking like fight against them and just die. So even if he took her on by force and made her like switch to her alternate personality, at least she's safe. That's his point. It's the lesser of two evils in his mind, even if it's not the right thing to do, which is in character for him, according to me.
According to you. Okay.
I had to finish it with that. Can we continue?
Sure. She goes, no, I don't want another injection. And then he injects her. And then they flash back to the be evil chemical. And they're like, it can't be. And she's like, please don't kill them. And I have a brief moment where they're also, what the fuck is that Lynn left? Yeah, what the fuck? Like, this whole thing was a distraction for you dumb bitch. Like, I guess that's in character, but please let me do it. You need to have evil.
Oh, can we talk about something real quick? You know what I fucking
Why
hate
start
about the
now?
anime? All right. So, have you seen her character design in the anime?
No.
So in the anime, when she's in her evil mode, give her red eyes.
She hasn't been introduced yet, though. The anime's only at episode 2, right?
They showed her character design and they gave a brief glimpse of her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when she's in her normal mode, she has the. But when she gets her alternate personality, she has. So Sonohara normally has blue eyes. That's how Minazuki draws her, right?
Uh-huh.
But when
She
she's
has all the
evil in
worst
the
characters
anime,
with blue eyes.
fuck off. When she turns evil in the anime, they give
That
her
inadvertently
red
applies to
eyes.
Nymph. I'm surprised you didn't point that out.
Oh, I'm too angry right now to think.
Anyway, she has
My
red
mind
eyes when she's
She
evil.
has red eyes when she goes evil.
Because red means evil.
Yeah. How else are you going to show that she's evil?
I know, right? Look, the computer screens went from red to blue. That means all the bad stuff of the computer is gone now. Fucking, I know nothing about computers, but that sounds about right.
Anyway, moving on.
These images of the ancient Atlantean hieroglyphs are incredibly high quality, so I bring them on the most futuristic storage device known to man, a 5.5-inch floppy disk.
I miss when floppy disks were just the universal thing in every show.
That was good. Anyway, so Sahara turns evil because she got injected with the Be Evil chemical. Fucking... So now they're like, now Sheena balls up and just tackles her, and she goes like, Lynn, run! And then finally Lynn turns around and starts running, and for no reason, like, fucking this guy's like, hey, like, doesn't use his gravity powers on her, like, hey, she ran off. And Sunahara goes, it's no problem, and then she just fires her gun up into the air, and her bullets, like, bend to fucking follow her. And then she gets shot in the arm and in the leg. And thank God it wasn't in a worse place, like the heart or the head. Fucking, wouldn't that have been sad to just have her? Wouldn't it be great if, like, one went through her heart and one went through her head and then she just died? Wouldn't that be such a fucking cool graphic page?
That would be... Minazuki needed a lot of balls for that.
That's the thing. Like, I've been thinking more about this since I brought it up in the last live stream when I talked about the image of the starving kid, about how, like, I think, having thought about it more, and this is just I'm field testing this theory here. I think the difference between dark and something that's edgy is, like, how willing you are to not pull your punches.
Yeah.
What do you think?
That's what makes. I agree. No, that's what makes the rape, like, just edgy.
Because, that's like the whole manga edgy. Like, like Lynn gets shot here, but it's non-fatally and she doesn't die. Characters, they bleed and they get sore, but no one actually dies. Characters get raped, but not really, because it never actually gets that far, because they get interrupted and saved by people. Like, all the fucking edgy bullshit in this is edgy because he never goes full way with it. Like, if Lynn died right here, and it just turned into Game of Thrones, where a main character can die randomly, I'd be like, fuck! Like, I'd be suddenly really into this shit. But of course, we know it's not going to happen. Minazuki doesn't have the balls to do that. That's what just makes the whole manga edgy and boring.
I wouldn't say it's boring, but that is fair. I do.
All the characters have fucking plot armor. When Lynn got shot here, not once did I think, oh no, she's actually dead.
Yeah, no, I didn't think she was going to die either. But
yeah, all the characters have plot armor. It's like, fucking, why do I care? I don't. Anyways. So Lynn gets shot non-lethally.
Fucking Ivan. I wish it was the two-headed horse. Just hit one of his heads.
And the other one just, like, kept going along as the other one, like, dragged behind it, like, with his tongue hanging out.
The
other
horse, like, sheds a tear, but just keeps running faster.
A horsely tear of remorse. Of rehorse. I do like this at the bottom of the page, like, seeing that Nana was trying to escape. Like, that at least makes her a semi-proactive character. I like that. That's something. It's not much, but it's something. So then fucking they open the door and she gets shot in the leg non-lethally, thank God. And they're like, Nana, let's play. Because she's evil now. And so she's like Genki evil. Fucking God.
Anyway, Genki evil, I like that.
Yeah. So the horse is clip-clopping. And then she falls off the horse, and the horse is like, fuck you, bitch! And just rides off into the sunset without her.
Rides off to a different
And Lynn's like, stop! Nay! Like, fucking... That was horrible. You shouldn't have laughed at that. That just encourages me to make worse jokes in the future.
Please do. It's the only time we get along.
Oh, she's like, ugh. Thank God she fell off the horse in the exact place where Hito was, now that she can't walk. God, wouldn't it have been awful if she fell off the horse and there was like 2 miles to go? Like, God fucking damn it. So she falls off the horse, but it's exactly where she needed to be, thank fuck. And she goes, pudding, which again gets worse and worse every chapter at this point. And she's like, eh! And they cut to this, where they're like, what can I do? Everyone will be killed. And so Sonohara plays like Russian roulette with Nana.
I do really like these panels of Sonohara. She's
okay, of Sonohara specifically,
you can say that the situation is dumb.
Yeah,
but I love
and I will, boy howdy. But like, yeah, I agree. Her expressions here are cool.
Yeah.
I almost like
yeah.
The bottom one, I'm thinking Dr. Seuss. Why am I thinking Dr. Seuss?
Dr. Seuss.
What am I thinking of here?
It's
almost like how like the Grinch would like place up like a sack of coal in like a kid's stocking or something.
No, yeah,
like,
yeah. I think
and this right here to ruin their day. Like I think that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, like the way that she's like delicately with care, like placing.
Yeah, like here, kill yourself carefully. Don't want to get hurt. Yeah, I think that's what's calling the Grinch to mind right here.
Yeah, I know. The second you said like Genki evil, it almost made me kind of retroactively like it more.
No, fuck that. It's shit. I hate it.
You've made a great mistake, Austin.
No, the way that Sonohara is just like fucking like oh, I'm turned on by being evil. I hate it. It sucks. Anyways, so
Lynn realizes she sucks at fighting.
Yeah. What should I do? And Sonohara is like, put a gun to your head and kill yourself.
Bang!
Yeah. And then Nana's like, And then fucking Hina takes the gun from her and goes, and just runs through and tosses the gun back to her.
So here's the thing.
God, what I would give. What I would fucking give for Hina to just blow her head off.
Here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
I like that Hina does this. I like that she like has agency and stands up for Nana. Why the fuck did she click it 5 times?
Yeah.
You just have to do it once. That's not how you play Russian roulette.
I think the idea is that like in Russian roulette, I've not actually played Russian roulette in real life. I don't know if that's obvious. Yeah, like I think the idea is that you click it once and you hand it to someone else, and then they click it once, and then it's it's like it's like the fucking it's the bomb mini game in fucking Mario Party, and then whoever catches the bomb right as it's about to explode, the Kirby game, or in Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland, where you toss the bomb to the guy, so you try to toss it around. So she's like using up all 5 of the clicks on herself, so that there's no chance Nana gets killed. Okay.
Actually, I kind of like.
So each of these, like the next times when Sonohara loads a second gun into it or a second bullet, she does it 4 times next time. It's like to get rid of the 4 chambers.
At first, I thought it was just
3 after that with each successive bullet.
Okay,
that's the idea. Now it's really fucking stupid. Is the problem? Like, what the fuck are the? If he did this once, I'd be like, that's fucking stupid. But whatever. Why did she just like 2 separate times? She clicks the gun to her head like what 12 times, and none of them are fucking bullets. Are you fucking kidding me?
No, it's definitely stupid convenient.
This is. Remember a few panels ago where I was like, every character has plot armor. Why should I care? This is the most like perfect embodiment of the concept of plot armor I've ever seen in my entire life, where a character can hold a gun to their head and fire 5 times, 12 times, and nothing fucking happens to them. Why am I reading this manga? This is shit.
Because I'm your friend. You love me. You're having fun.
I'm having fun yelling about this.
Also, do you notice that Nana's ear is unshaded? It's just white.
Where?
All the top of the page. All the melanin in her ears.
Oh yeah, you're right. I mean, her hair hides them, so they're like they're less tan than everything else. That's what I'm about to deal with you. Like, I point out a very realistic flaw. And I'm like, that's why it happens. And you're like, well, it kind of makes sense in character, maybe a little bit. Like, what if her hair was hiding her ear? That makes sense. That's fucking our time. Our situation has been reversed, Isaiah. That's what it's like podcasting with you, having to listen to your bullshit rationalizations for why crap happens.
Yeah, well,
that's how it feels, motherfucker.
Well, you know what? At the end of every podcast, you still say it's great to have you here. So
I'm gonna
which is
stop
it?
that now.
Is it the are you lying to me? When you
There'll
say
be
that,
no
or are you
more of
lying?
that
No.
at the end of the live streams. I'll just say, like, thank you guys very much for watching. Isaiah, fuck you. And I'll see you guys next time. Later.
We're having a great time. Go on. We're having a great time. Anyway, move on. So yeah, she shoots herself.
We need SNO too. Plunderer is bad. Thank you, Vapor Weeb.
Plunderer good.
Plunderer bad.
Anyway.
How the fuck did we rant for 5 minutes about that and not touch the fact that what the fuck is Hina doing? How is this her character at this point? How is any of her decisions that have been made over the course of the manga led her to be the kind of person who holds a gun to her head and fires 5 fucking times? Whereas Nana, the one who's for 300 years and has all this life experience, is like, I don't want to do it, I'm so scared. And then Hina fucking what the fuck is her character at this point?
I don't think it's out of character for Nana to be scared.
That's fine. I'm just like, if anyone was going to not be scared, it'd be the person who's lived for 300 years, is my point. Like, but Hina, like, fucking with zero characterization to back it up, it's just like, I'll do it. Fucking, like, none of this, like, what the fuck is her character? It changes every chapter.
Well, she has faith that Licht is going to come and that he's going to wake.
Wouldn't she do it slowly then? Like, click. Then, like, you like try to drag it out so that Licht has time to come. She wouldn't like fucking force her death along as quick as possible.
That's fair, but at the same time,
it's just fucking stupid. And again, I just feel like her character is so ill. Like, okay, if you told me, like, okay, so Hina is over a pit of lava. And Sherman's like pointing his sword at Lin. And like Sherman's going to kill Lin if Hina doesn't jump in the volcano and kill herself. What does Hina do? I don't fucking know. Does she jump in the volcano and kill herself? Does she go and try and attack Sherman? Does she cry and give up? I have no idea what Hina would do in any given situation. Because her character is so fucking ill-defined that I have no idea what the fuck she even is at this point.
Well, at least since the time travel arc, since her weird shift of character, she's been willing to go out and do shit and look after. Like she, because she trained to be. And I'm not saying that it's great. I'm not trying to like say it all makes sense because you're right that like her character is just kind of a mesh that
it's whatever Minazuki wants it to be in the current moment.
But what he's molded the mesh into since the time travel arc, she's supposed to be like. Not necessarily self-sacrificial, but she trained to be a combat when she was in that school. So, like, when the conflict was going on, she didn't just run and hide in there. She was actually tending to people. Here she was willing to tackle Sonohara. She's standing up for Nana. So she's fulfilling her role in that sense, in trying her best to help other people live. And again, I'm not saying that, like, it's brilliant writing. It makes perfect sense. But I think that for this second iteration of Hina, for lack of a better word, for Hina 2.0, it's not like a huge
the fucking synth that her character got replaced with overnight.
Yes. Are we going to start having 2 chapter streams? Fuck no. I'm not.
Maybe. We're 2 hours in right now.
We're not 2 hours in. We're an
hour and 44 minutes in.
Fucking finish the chapter. We're finishing the volume.
So fucking Hina's like, Lin-san, the corpse is too clean. Like, wait, ruled by numbers. Fucking, what does this mean? Why didn't you have this thought when they told you this back then? What the fuck did you think was going to happen? Why did you rush here if you didn't come to the obvious conclusion back then?
What else was she gonna do?
I don't get why she's surprised. Like, the only reason she would have come here is if she like, oh, I get you. It means he's not dead. Like, I have to go get him. Like, why is she surprised at this fact now? Like, what if she actually thought he was dead? Why did she care about coming here? And why is she like crawling towards him on the previous page? Like, I have to get to him. Like, whatever. This manga's shit. There's no pulse. He's certainly dead. Ah, but still, this is really strange. In Nana-san's dream, Pudding died from crushing. Then his bones would at least be a bit broken. Yet I can't feel any major fractures. His body shouldn't be dead. Then why is he? Why? I thought he was in bed to sleep, but I was wrong. Fucking Rita was dead, but I wonder why. His flesh didn't rot. And 20 years later, breath suddenly returned.
Stop being obnoxious. You are the worst.
You said you wanted me to read. I'm reading. Fucking through all the shitty dialogue.
I'm doing the next 2 chapters.
That's fine. Be my guest. So why is he not bloody? Fucking in Nana-san's dream, he died for fucking 20 years and then he came back to life. I don't know why every character doesn't just know this and expect this. I don't know why anyone, Secret Service, main characters, fucking weird fucked up goat guy, what's his name? Doan. I don't know why anyone involved in this thought that actually killed him.
Well, I mean, Doan specifically, like before he hit him, said, "Never mind, I'm not gonna try." Never mind.
Yeah, no. Everyone just assumes some rocks fall on Licht and then he died. That's how that works. Fucking. But no, thankfully, it's not how it works. We can have this scene where he comes back and they kiss because it's like fucking Sleeping Beauty. Because Minazuki's the master of goddamn subtlety.
It's not the fucking kiss that revives him.
Whatever. So they try it though. Like, yeah. Why else would she kiss him if not as a Sleeping Beauty thing to try and wake him up?
Well, she's doing CPR, and then she proceeds to do the chest pumps on the very.
I guess. Okay, yeah. I guess if you're doing the CPR,
fucking idiot.
Can you blame me for going to the fucking wake up Apple thing? Whatever.
Yes, I can.
So then she starts pounding his chest. Wait a minute! Didn't in one of the fucking throwaway panels not know how to do CPR previously in a jail, as she was trying to CPR his fucking bullet wound or whatever from his back? Wasn't that a throwaway joke 20 chapters ago that she couldn't do this properly? And now she can because the story wants her to? Whatever. So she knows how to do CPR now. Everyone needs your help. Please wake up. Licht, open your eyes. Blah, 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 blah. Save everyone. And then just her wound explodes and then she dies. I can't move my hands. I see I was shot. And then she dies. She's like, I can't see Pudding's face. Oh, I do like how she's fading away. She's turns a pencil drawing. That's a cool representation of her fading away, her literally becoming less detailed. That's cool.
No, it's really good.
She goes, I'm about to die. And then she has her laugh flashes before her is, and she is everyone at home? I'm doing well. As I try to look up her skirt because that's a fucking joke. As Pele does the Ikros thing and chases a fucking butterfly. He remembers all the unnamed side characters who she apparently likes.
Hey, there's Pops.
Did she have any conflict about leaving them earlier in the manga? I feel she just was yeah, I'll go away. And now she's oh man, this village I care about. Fucking, I love them all so much.
Well, it's because this was supposed to be an important mission, start with the demon and the.
I feel though, if Mizuki is going to play this angle, she loves the town people so much, then she should have at least been broken up about having to leave, or it had it treated with a bit more gravitas than just I'm going to leave now, bye.
You can still fucking miss people.
Yes, you can. I'm just in a story though, if this is going to be a plot point, this should have been set up better. That she really cares about all these guys and they mean the world to her. As is, it felt like she didn't care about any.
Wait a fucking second. We had 3 chapters with her in the town.
Well, yeah, but that can be written off as her doing her civic duty or trying to be helpful where she can. I didn't get the sense that she loved every single person in this town more than she would if she'd been assigned to a different small town and made friends with everyone there. She seemed more like she was just doing her job as a peacekeeper and trying to help out the community.
This comes from me more as someone who understands the Japanese and it doesn't translate very well. Mm-hmm. She specifically refers to everyone with familial terms within that town. She calls the grocery store lady Sister Greengrocer, and in the Japanese version, she doesn't just call Licht Pudding; she calls him Brother Pudding. Mm-hmm. So it's like that
didn't translate well. Reading her initial chapters, I didn't get the sense that she was incredibly attached to people. I got the sense that she was like, "This is my job, but I do it well," sort of thing.
No, it doesn't translate well. But in the it's not Minazuki's fault of that. She specifically, it's like a small town thing where she specifically like views them all as family,
that's fine.
and Licht as well.
I'm going to complain more here in a second, so I'll just skip over this one.
For sure. No, yeah.
That's right. I can't die yet. I have to make pudding up and save everyone. I still got things I have to do. Things to do. Wait, what? Things to have do? What?
I still got things I have to do. Things I have to do.
Okay, no, yeah, you're right. Things I have to do. Okay, yeah, now just fucking, yeah. I'm
okay. I make mistakes too. It's all right.
Yeah, it's reading the right to left thing, like in these panels got me.
No, yeah, I know it can fuck you up.
Yeah. Anyways, so she remembers how fucking handsome pudding guy is. She's like, I still putting my feelings, and fucking flashes back to the incredibly romantic moment of fucking Licht killing a guy and then running away in shitty form. And she's like, "No, this is fine, right?" And so she remembers
there can only be two.
There can be only one. And yes, I suppose the fucking person. Yeah. And then everyone from home appears next to her and goes, "Tell him." She's like, the big sister from the green grocer. Some days ago, she went around making a big ruckus saying Linshan is in trouble and got us all rushing here. And that's the explanation we get for why they're here, everyone.
We get
more. Okay, well, you want to talk about that now?
No.
Okay. Yeah, fuck you. I'm talking about it now.
But I will say, when I first read this chapter, even I thought this was dumb. That they were all there.
I still, even having the context. So the context is this lady right here, the green grocer girl, used to be in the fucking like a high-ranking official in the military. And so we just presume that's the only explanation we get. And so we just presume that she's like in touch with shit going on outside the plot because of that.
Yeah, I do think they should have like explained what her ability was as to how she like.
Here's the thing though, right? We haven't seen her since then. So the only purpose of her being in the military is so that everyone can appear right now. So like kicking the whole thing of like, oh, it makes sense because she's in the military just kicks the problem up, the bucket up one to the only reason she's in the military so the scene can make sense. Like, this is incredibly shit writing. Like, oh man, what are the odds that right as Lynn's dying, everyone knows exactly where she is, and they come here to save her because they're all best buds. Isn't that so gosh darn convenient?
I was gonna say, even I thought it was stupid. I'm not like arguing against you.
Yeah. I've been in chat. This is extremely stupid. You're right, it is. So everyone comes here and they're like, hurry, tell him how you feel. It's like, hey, Pudding, Rahito-kun. Oh, she says his fucking name finally. Rahito-kun, I love you so much. And that's the end of the chapter. You have to say it like,
yeah. Okay, we got through another chapter, boys. We did it. Fuck you, Vaporweeb. You're all supposed to be on my side. Sai's supposed to be the heel.
This manga's shit, and everyone knows it.
He's supposed to be the heel, and I'm the righteous.
Now I'm the right one, and you're the guy who like is just you're the antagonist we have to defeat.
But it's not funny when the antagonist has to defend something.
It's plenty funny from my perspective.
Oh. Yeah, all right.
So what did you think of the chapter?
We already know what we all thought. We're not doing this. It was fine. It was dumb. There.
It was really dumb.
Can we go to the next one now?
Sure. I love how defeated you are.
I'm like...
Isaiah's love of Plunderer crumbling before his eyes.
Where'd all my friends go? You can still like it, Faber Weave. There's still time.
No, there isn't. It stays consistently shit. Don't worry.
No, it doesn't. It gets
Yes,
better.
it does. Yes, it does.
Stop
Need I remind you the fucking future spaceships, Isaiah? Fucking this manga gets better.
Okay, time to read the chapter. We got the stream for 4 hours.
Go ahead.
Blah blah blah. Recap. I'm sad. She tells Licht that she loves him, and he's still dead because. End of manga.
Hard cut to the end.
Yeah.
And then everyone died.
So fucking Pops over here is like, "Oi, Tomo boy!" The fucking then Sister Greengrocer comes over and she's like, "Verlin, I'm begging you," and she hits him, like fucking hits a dead man.
Fuck you.
Could you imagine being at a funeral? And be like, "Grandpa,
yeah.
Grandpa, wake up, Grandpa!"
Yeah, exactly.
Hey! Anyway, so she says, "Long ago, a single novice inspector came to our poor village. That child was very clumsy and not good at dealing with things. We heard that the army was constantly talking behind her back."
Yeah.
Fuck, you didn't have to say that, dude. But that girl was always smiling, always doing her utmost, smiling for our sake. When times were hard or when things were troubled, she would make sure not to let us see her tears. Even though all of us in Hohem knew this seems weirdly mean.
It seems funny when you realize she's saying this aloud to a dead Licht
with
to an
Lynn
alive
there.
fucking
Yeah,
Lynn.
to a dead man with Lynn behind her.
Like, God, this girl was so shit, but everyone loved her anyway.
Yeah.
Like, thanks.
Everyone in the army hated her. She was always fucking crying, and she thought we couldn't hear, but watching.
Yeah.
That girl was really easy to hurt. And timid, too. She fucking hits him again. And now that girl is close to death, but she's mustering all her courage to tell you her feelings. For you to sleep here without giving her an answer. Are you even a man? Open your eyes, Licht Bach, the strongest baron. You're Lin Chan's hero, aren't you? And they go, "Hey, the pudding is a baron."
Yeah.
Naughty. Open your eyes. Open them. And even fucking Lin realizes that hitting a dead man is fucking little extreme.
Yeah.
She goes, "It's fine, big sis. If you keep hitting him, I'll feel bad." Besides, I know what his reply will be. "Hey, I'm right, aren't I, Pudding? Hina is the one you love. Isn't that right? Back when
there could only be one person.
I was really happy." Okay, Ikaros.
I know, right?
It's just a merge.
This is the Nip line. She said this like, I was happy when
I was thinking of the it is just the nymph thing.
Open your eyes, look up to the sky and see.
It was the first time that someone supported me so strongly, so I immediately fell in love. Sorry, I was a nuisance, right? Because what you need is someone to support you and who kisses you when you're vomiting and lets you grope her tit.
God, I hate her so much.
No matter how dejected or weak you become.
Look at all these great moments of Hina. Like, fucking, I just like, bleh.
Someone who will follow you, no matter how much you don't want it. So
that's what you want.
Request.
Someone who follows you, no matter how much you don't want it.
That's not a good line reading, but it's like someone who will always be there for you, no matter how.
Exactly. Or how about just someone who will always be there for you?
Yeah, something like that. Right now, your important Hina-chan is going to be killed. She wants you to come save her. So open your eyes as quickly as you can, okay? When you do, tell Hina-chan properly, okay?
I guess she gets up and walks off her bullet wound. Like now she has enough strength to do dramatic shit like turn her back and walk away.
Yeah, so she can dramatically.
Exactly.
You shouldn't make a girl wait, okay? And Pops tries to speak up, but Sister Greengrocer says no for some reason. I guess she wants her to fall. She goes, "Goodbye, Licht. I love you." Ah, that's right.
There could only be one person.
And save everyone. She falls, and everyone's like, ah. Catches her. This cool anime man. The sun comes up right then.
Your defense of the scene is made funnier by the fact that you cut in and out at random intervals while saying that.
Oh, let me drop for a second.
Yeah.
And I'm not. And just as I return, so does Licht, with the sun breaking through the clouds at just
breaking
the right time.
dawn.
It is the breaking dawn. We have reached Star Wars Episode 4. A New Hope has appeared. And he holds her like a cool anime guy from behind.
With his extremely phallic sword in a very uncomfortable area.
Cast over his eyes. Then everyone's staring in awe. And she doesn't even believe it's happened at first. She's on the brink of death, and he smiles, and she cries. I'm glad I will.
That's all the female characters do in this manga. They just cry when Licht shows up.
I will say I do like that it's just like silent crying and not like fucking like that would have really ruined the mood. Yeah. Anyway,
so a really stupid mood.
Fuck off.
I love her like just pointing like that way. That's so silly.
Well, she's fucking half dead and having an emotional breakdown. I think she's earned it. Leave her alone. I just want Minos to shoot Zeus at them. Stop it, Vapor.
Wouldn't that be just the tits? I'd love that so much.
Anyway, so Licht asks where they all are. He says, "I have to hurry. At this rate, you'll bleed out. But if it's a special service facility, there'll be blood transfusion packs and medical equipment."
Man, wouldn't it also be great if they had just like a nanite healing machine like in a video game? That'd be really useful too.
Oh, yeah. Minazuki's not that dumb.
Yeah, you're right.
Anyway. So fucking Pops goes, "Transfusion? Is it edible?"
Does it taste good?
I have to search for that first. Saving everyone comes after, because he understands Lin is more important to the fans than Hina is.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hina can shoot herself for all we care.
Yeah, I very much agree with this decision. But anyway, so he zips off, and he goes, "It's fine."
Zips?
She goes, "No, you pudding."
That's the least impressive fucking verb you could have used in that position.
Okay, fine. Let me.
He zips off.
So before he blasts off,
yeah, there you go. That works.
Before he blasts off into the sun.
Before he zips off to go help everyone.
She goes, "No pudding."
I just imagine. I imagine the word "zips" being said in the fucking tone of that one SpongeBob episode where it's like, living in the sunlight, having a wonderful time. I imagine that boy saying he zips off and fucking.
I know, because you did it 5 fucking times now. Thanks for spelling out the joke.
Anytime.
Anyway, so he goes, "It's fine. I entrusted them. I left everyone to him." And Jail just fucking throws the gun.
Where the fuck were you? How did you get here? Where did you come from?
Well, he came back from the fucking fight with Alan. So
and just walked to this random place they were at?
He took the chariot to get here.
And appeared right on time, right as he was about to kill herself. At this random place he knew that he didn't know they would be at.
The thing, that he didn't know that they'd be there is one. Well, actually, it's close to the capital. They specifically said that this is close to the capital, so that I can forgive.
I don't
But-
mind them being nearby. I mind him like, I need to go to the place where all the main characters have been dragged to. So it'll be an important plot
what I
point
was going to
there.
say is the fact that Son O'Hara just waits until after he grabs the gun. Like,
Yeah, that
did they
too.
not see him enter the room?
Yeah,
and that's
like-
the typical Minazuki thing, like imagery before logic, where it's just like,
yeah.
man, wouldn't it be cool if he's just standing there and he throws the gun and everyone's like, what?
What? Where did you come from? Even though you're gonna have to walk in the fucking room and everyone
Can
will
you
see
imagine
him.
if he if instead it cuts to him like opening the door, like, hey guys.
Wouldn't that be great? Jen, where did you come from? I don't know.
I got lost.
But getting lost seems to have some uses.
Like getting lost is my conviction.
Fucking, why is he so bad at writing? Why? What happened between SNL and now? Why is he so shit?
He has money to coast off of.
Oh.
It's like, and I hate to say this about Plunderer, but I'm gonna have to say what I know I have to say. Did you ever watch the Star Wars Clone Wars show?
No.
Okay, well, to anyone and to you and anyone who hasn't, it was a really fucking good show that basically single-handedly made the prequels like good. Like obviously the movies themselves are still bad, but it took the characters and it fleshed out everything that happened between the movies, and it wrote them all to be like really good, strong, believable characters. It gave them realistic conflict that like would make Anakin realistically go to the dark side. He was actually like one of the best characters in the show. They brought back people like Darth Maul and treated them with respect. Like it's like a 6-long season show, and it's I think it is genuinely the best piece of Star Wars media to ever exist.
That's a bold claim.
No, I genuinely, I think I might even like it more than the original trilogy. Maybe, I'm not positive, but other than that,
no. Like it's the best piece of Star Wars media to ever exist. Includes the original trilogy. That's why I said that's a bold claim.
Maybe the best, definitely the best outside of the movies.
Okay, that's much less of a bold claim.
I still think
I think this is better than 3 of the most foundational movies in cinema.
Anyway, sorry, I rephrased, but my point is, it's a really fucking good show. And then it got canceled after 6 seasons, right on a cliffhanger, and it was really good.
Nice.
But then Disney came in and they bought Star Wars, and they brought the same showrunners back, but to make a new show, Star Wars Rebels. But now there's no fear of cancellation because they have Disney money. They have Disney money. They write it for a different target demographic. And while there's still some really good bits to the show, like when it comes to all the old characters from the Clone Wars that they bring back, it's solid. When it comes to like executing previous plot points or emotional beats, it's really good. But everything else in between is just really dumb shit because they don't have to. In Clone Wars from the start was always fighting cancellation because it had a stigma against it. The show cost a lot of money to make. And so like the closer it was to cancellation, the better the fucking show got. But when Rebels came out, there was no fear of that. So I feel like that's what made the decline of the show. Because one, they're working with a new Disney target demographic. So they're like, hey, we can do whatever. And it's just not as good of a product. And I think that's more or less the same thing here. I think that and I still really enjoy Plunder, and I do enjoy Rebels to a lesser extent because there is like Rebels, there is still some really good emotional beats here. There's some really strong characterization. There's bits that make you look at it and go, yeah, this was made by the same guy who made other thing I enjoy. But the quality of writing has definitely taken a back seat. And I wonder how much of that is just Minazuki knowing, like, I've made my magnum opus. I'm probably not going to top it. Let's just make something fun that I know will be popular because I don't have to try that hard, you know? And I think that's probably along the same lines, as much as it pains me, because I
might go in a different direction personally. My thought through all of this has been that, like, deliberately, I don't want to say he like deliberately chose to make the writing shit, but I think it might have been a deliberate decision to have take a backseat to visuals. Like, I think when Minazuki's writing this,
that
he's very deliberately
100.
trying to appeal to like a 13 edgy demographic. And so, like, if it works for the target demographic, he'll do it, regardless of if it makes sense or not. So I think it's more like a calculated business decision to appeal to like his core fan base at this point than it is like he's comfortable and therefore complacent. I think it's more of like a business thing. That's where I'm coming at this from.
So we have the exact opposite perspective. Whereas I think he feels like he's made enough money and can coast off SNL for the rest of his life and can just make less artful work. You think that he's trying really hard by putting visuals first and foremost.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I don't think, I don't think anyone gets 20. Like, I have enough money. I'm going to just make shit. Like, if anything, when artists get enough money to coast off of, they just go off the fucking rails most of the time. Like,
that's fair.
That's when, when you have enough money, you can do whatever the fuck you want. You do whatever the fuck you want. Like, but this is so cold. This is so, like, calculated and pandering to me. This is so, like, almost like a machine wrote it. That, like, I feel like this is more like he doesn't have much money. He's trying to make a lot of it rather than he has so much money that he's allowed himself to become shit. I feel like SNL isn't as popular as you think, and that he has less money than you think he does. I feel like this is...
in mangaka in general don't, like, make a killer.
Exactly.
The anime and manga
so I think Minazuki is, like, potentially even struggling, like, fucking payment to payment, especially since Plunderer is less popular. And so whatever fucking demographic he snagged, he's just appealing to really fucking hard. And I think that's where a lot of the issues in the manga come from. That's my perspective on the thing. That's where I'm coming at this from. Either way, this is shit. Anyways,
I was going to say not as good, but anyway, moving on. So yeah, jail's there. Sonar pulls out
somehow. Don't think about it.
Yeah, and she shoots at him, but every shot misses. And he goes useless, and he walks up all cool. You have no conviction.
Wait, is it actually missing? I thought they're bouncing off like pieces of metal he's spawning. They're just too small to see.
No, they are. I don't see him spawning metal. You can specifically see the things curve.
Yeah,
and I mean the implication
they're bouncing off something.
They're not bouncing.
They're like being deflected.
No, the implication is that Sonohara like isn't letting herself shoot him.
What?
They're not bouncing off of any. What do you see them bouncing?
I don't
off of?
like when. Okay, I remember again when fucking Sugata hacked the rule and like he like fucking like I hooked his computer up to it and like I immediately bounced past this explanation of like the rule as a USB port because it's too stupid to think about. The idea that her bullets are curving around him is too stupid to think about, and so I was like, he's spawning little tiny bits of metal like he's done before to like block incredibly powerful attacks. The jail can do that. That's fine. Like, I didn't have a problem with it now. But if you're actually insinuating her bullets just miss because she doesn't have enough conviction to shoot him, then you and I are about to get into a serious fucking shouting match right here. What the fuck?
I don't want to shout over.
Okay, so Sugata's spawning bits of metal and they're bouncing off of that. That's how this makes sense.
Well, there is a clank sound effect on the top page, and you might actually be right.
Yeah. Like I said, if they're curving, then fuck this.
I assumed that was it, but there's a clank sound effect, so I don't know if that's it.
No.
Anyway, so she's trying to shoot him.
And she has Shauna's thing. Go to Sayo,
No, they have to be missing because even Dawn's like, "What are you doing, Sonohara?" Yeah, so
this is the stupidest thing in the world.
Anyway, her bullets.
Hey guys, my bullets track people wherever they go, but because it's cool in this moment, they do the exact opposite of that. They can't hit for shit.
So he walks up and he says, "You're without conviction. Your bullets can't pierce me." And she does the say, and he grabs her gun. And he says, "I told you 300 years ago. If you want to be strong, have your own conviction. So what is yours?"
She's like,
yeah, not the best thing to use. And that's her character.
Yeah.
Minazuki.
Then he pushes her fucking glasses up again. What the fuck?
Oh, come on, that's cute here.
No, fuck you. Get a strap from Sunglasses Hut already. You're cutting your goddamn hair. Why do you have two character beats?
So she snaps back to reality. Oop, there
Whoop,
goes
there
gravity.
goes gravity.
Because Doan's there.
Doan's
Yes!
there.
I
Yeah.
did it. I did a good one.
That wasn't bad. Credit where it's
I did a funny.
I did it funny. So she snaps back to reality. Whoop, there goes gravity.
So she regains her sanity and she says, I don't want to shoot you. And Doan goes, you fucking four eyes. And Jail just punches the ground.
Fuck you.
I would really love it if Jail, like, after hitting it, was just like, fuck. Ow. Why'd I do that?
Yeah, what is happening here? I don't even understand.
He's building a throne like he did in the previous chapter to sit on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
that's not very well conveyed.
No, yeah. So he says, "Don't get riled up. I want to beat you down."
I like how Doan, who was about to use his gravity powers, just stopped.
It's because he has to watch him make the chair.
Yeah.
It's like,
God fucking damn it.
Dawn's watching like, oh, that's really interesting. That's
some fine craftsmanship right there.
Anyway, so Jail says, that's not my job. How about you wait a bit? That guy is coming. I'd really love it if Dawn was just like, no.
Just use gravity powers and snapped his neck? Yeah, wouldn't that be great?
Don't fuck. I can't stop like just reading the little New Yorker isms with him to like, who's gonna come? You hear me? Ah,
yeah.
Killed that guy. Did you check?
Did you check? Fuck you.
Did you check?
Are you sure? Fucking
no,
fuck
like,
you.
So it's like, oh fuck, actually I'm not sure. Shit. He like starts running back to find the corpse. But then
it's like the Resident Evil thing where you like kill a boss and then it comes like they just like, oh, it's dead, and it comes back 2 rooms later. Like, why can't we just shoot it a bunch and make sure it's dead? Yeah, it's like I always tell my boys, once in the head.
So wait, how is Jail doing anything? Well, he's obviously not able to fight anyone, but he can still make a chair.
Yeah, okay, so I guess, yeah, that had to have been her bullets going around him, because her metal's not strong enough at this point.
Even if it would have hurt him, he wouldn't let them know, because he has conviction.
So yeah, her bullets had to be going around him for no reason.
It's not for no reason, it's because, like, the reason.
She lacks conviction?
She lacks that. She doesn't want to shoot him, and so that
she's in evil mode. Fuck you! She didn't want to shoot Lynn. She still did it.
Fair. Anyway,
you can't. This is the fucking thing that I talk about when I'm like, Minazuki, you didn't introduce a drug that makes you evil. Where it's like, oh man, they're evil when we want them to be, but when it makes sense for them to like hold back because they like their friends, we have that too. It's so fucking convenient. We can have the characters do literally anything when they're in evil mode, and it makes sense because they're either being cartoonish bad guys or their real selves are shining through. And page to page, it doesn't fucking matter which of them is true.
I'm going to paraphrase Jail here and say it's easily but, or it's irritating, but.
That's this manga. It's irritating, but. Minazuki's art is good.
Yeah, so the all thing pops out. And I do like that. That's a cool way to reveal that Licht is close because his star theft with Sonohara is still not done. So that pops out. And I do like this line as well, where Jail goes, "That guy doesn't."
I have problems with it.
You with what?
This line.
Oh, let me say it first.
Yeah, go ahead.
I like it because he goes, "That guy doesn't drop dead so easily. You should know. You're the one who calls him a cockroach." And that's where the chapter ends.
Thing is. Jail. Okay, when I first read this, I was like, "Oh, that is a cool line." Like, that guy doesn't drop dead so easily. Right? You should know. You're the one who calls him and then like nothing else. Like the line stops there, and then he appears, and I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." Minazuki let you fill the line in yourself. That's clever. And he says it on the next fucking page. Fuck you. No faith in the audience to remember shit.
Well, I don't know. I think it's just supposed to.
The line is so much cooler when you have to insert it yourself.
I don't know. I think it's still cool.
Ugh.
And a badass double page spread too. And then yeah, so that's the chapter. Go on, tell me it's dumb. Tell me it's
It's
dumb.
dumb. It's so incredibly dumb.
And no, Ivan, jail has 2 ballots with 1. So yeah, I guess he has 2.
Two.
They're 2 but 1.
Like a
Anyway.
two-headed horse.
So that's the chapter. Lot of contrivances, a lot of conveniences, absolutely.
Everyone in Lynn's town showed up, and then Sonohara missed for no reason, and fucking Hina shot herself 12 times but didn't, and then Rahito came back to life.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this manga, man? Why are you reading this? Why can't we go read something good?
Okay, what do you suggest we start doing a live stream on?
Literally anything else.
Oh, cool. Yeah, let's read.
Like, let's read Two Loveroos manga. Fuck it. Anything.
Fuck you. Fuck. Take that back.
Anything.
Right, you're having fun.
There are some actual like decent comedy chapters in Two Loveroo occasionally. Like here's just the endless void of shit writing.
Shut the fuck. I will not take that standing down.
There's one chapter in Two Loveroo where everyone just acknowledges that Rito falls down all the time, and so they try and like invent a device that stops him from falling. It's like an alien gizmo like reorients his balance. But then he falls so hard, he's like wah, and he falls, and the thing corrects him. And then he falls in a different way, like wah, and he falls, and it corrects him, and he falls, and the thing breaks, and he falls and like into a bunch of characters' tits that undresses them. Like that's a fun fucking like subversion of the idea that he just does this constantly. That's a decently funny chapter. Like, Two Loveroo has its moments occasionally. This is just so shit. It's only
funny because they fucking do it like 200 times.
Yeah, but it's still funny occasionally. Whatever. I'm not saying it's always good. It's mostly shit. I'm just saying this is always shit.
Fuck you. It is not always shit. Fuck you.
This chapter was horse shit.
I liked it enough.
What a shock. Okay, I'm going to the bathroom. I'd fucking piss my rage out. And
Your piss is boiling.
I'll come back and we'll read the rest of this bullshit.
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Hey! Oh, I fucking hate you. Let me see. Sorry to disappoint you, Ivan, but I don't really like Bleach. I am one of the people that's of the opinion that it peaked at Soul Society and was just all downhill from there. Even the Hueco Mundo arc, which is okay, is still a step down. It's just the same premise repeated over and over. Just character gets taken away, and now Ichigo has to go to place to rescue them. The art is great, though. I guess that's something that Plunderer and Bleach has in common. But then even towards the end of Bleach, Kubo, as like his relationship with Jump got more strained. He stopped drawing backgrounds and everything just felt a lot more robotic. It's really a shame how it ended, even if I'm not the biggest fan. Kubo didn't deserve all the shit he got from Jump. I do hope he makes something else. Oh, Din, let's see. Hey, Azeo, where and how did you learn Japanese? Oh, I don't mean to hate on it, by the way. I don't take umbrage with like people liking it, and I do think that the first 2 arcs are really enjoyable, and I still like Hueco Mundo, even if I think it's like a repeat. It's just not one of my favorites. Like I think it's the weakest of the big 3, even if it had the best art. Where and how did you learn Japanese? So I am self-taught. In high school, what website did I use back in the day? I found this one website. I don't even know if it's still around. But it like had like Japanese flashcard things where like it would start with just like characters that you'd have to memorize, and then it'd move to words and then sentences. And so I learned a little by that. And then I got a copy of Genki, which I recommend to anyone that's looking for beginner Japanese because it teaches you like elementary level reading and writing. And now I keep up with it with Duolingo just because it's easy. I've been doing that for like all year basically. I'm still not great at Japanese.
You can't stop or the owl will kill his family.
Huh?
He can't stop or the owl will kill his family.
Oh God, yeah, fuck that thing. That I've gotten like 3 notifications from it today just because I haven't done it yet.
Uh-huh.
3 notifications.
Nice.
Yeah. The 1,000 year blood war arc.
Fucking did in chat. It's not always shit. Sometimes it's
Shit,
double page
some is
spread with
double
no
spread with
words
no
in
words
it.
on it. Yeah.
That's good. I
Yeah.
like that, kid. You're right.
That was a very good
Occasionally, when there's no dialogue on screen, it briefly becomes good.
Yeah, that was a very good comment. I would pin it if I could.
I don't think I can.
I didn't hate the entirety of the 1,000 year blood war, but I thought it
Yeah.
went on way too long. And yeah, the ending really did put a damper of my opinion on it as a whole. That the shit with, but everyone knows that, so it's not worth complaining about. Anyway, on to the next chapter, my friend.
Do we have to?
Yes, we have. It's the last one of the
night. Fine.
Come on, you're having fun. You're having fun. I know.
I know. It's so bad.
I know you don't really hate this. You're having fun with me. You enjoy doing this with me every week. Come on.
Yeah, no, I do. I want to relate an experience I had. I took my piss, and then as I was walking back, I caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror, and just my hair is crazy. It's going all over the place, and just I look like someone who's going insane. And I just thought that like very accurately reflected that my fucking current state of my mental state in this fucking live stream. I look like how I sound. Basically, I'm slowly going insane.
Well, I'm doing just fine, so
I'm glad.
Who's the real loser here?
Who's laughing now?
Yeah, I'm the cockroach. I survived this war.
I survived this nuclear bomb of a manga.
Fuck you. So, anyway, you ready?
Yes.
All right, I'll read this one too for your sake. So I got a repeat of lines from the last chapter. Cool double page spread. I really hate that cock and roach is split up here because it looks really
cock roach. Yeah,
just cock. Anyway, so they're about to fight.
Here's a question. I've always been of the mind that cockroach should be like COCH. What do you think about that?
I mean, I wouldn't argue against it.
Mm-hmm. I've always thought that, like, especially just like just having the word cock be something, in, the word like cockroach, kind of like just ruins it a bit,
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, no.
So I wouldn't. I feel like it should be spelled differently. COCH would I think work better for me.
Fair enough, but I mean, people.
Welcome to the English language podcast.
So, even I feel really bad for Doan here because Jail's like, how about you wait a bit for that guy? And Licht shows up and he's ready to fight. And then Licht goes, hey, wait a little bit. And Doan's just fucking standing there. He's like, fucking whatever. But I understand why, because he, despite like the shit that he has with Licht, they do have a mutual respect for each other. And Licht like specifically says, we have a promise. And so Doan respects that because Licht and him had a promise back in the day. So he carries Lynn over and he says, I found a special service medical facility under building 12. Her blood type is O. I saw it 300 years ago in the school's register. Quickly give her a blood transfusion.
Wait, who's saying this?
Licht.
Okay. He just remembers this from 300 fucking years ago. Okay. Whatever. Isn't that lucky?
Quickly give her a blood transfusion and suture up her artery and remove the bullet in her left shoulder. I leave that to you. And he goes, transfusion? Artery? He says, Pele-kun, you can do it, right? Because it's you. There's no time for us to question each other. And I really like this exchange here because like the entire time this manga's like been building up all the subtle hints about Pele. He knew exactly how to counter the soldiers with guns. He knew that like Alan was like monitoring them. He was able to use the computer with no issues. So now that Licht like calls him out without like expressly saying what it means either, it's really interesting in my opinion to like just have this cold exchange that they have no time. So he says, stupid woman, and he carries Lynn off to go help her. And Licht turns to Hina. He says, Hina, sorry, I told you a lie again. You're not a child. I'm in love with you. Incest, not quite, but still weird.
Uh-huh.
I promised Lynn, once I woke up, I would tell you properly. But in
That's
reality,
property again. God damn it.
I promised Lynn once I woke up, I would heaven's lost property instead.
Yeah, exactly.
But in reality, I was not going to say it for the rest of my life. After all, isn't it true? You've been searching for an ace all this time, but I'm the one who stole your father, stole Tokikaze from you. That's right, I'm not the ace you've been looking for. I can't be your hero.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
Damn it, yeah, that's all I can fucking... So I frantically tried to put distance between us. Desperately tried to get you to hate me. But you still didn't leave me.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Minazuki knew about this when he was writing Licht in chapter 1. I'm sure.
I was trying to be a weird, creepy ass.
Yeah, I'm fucking sure you were.
Either way, I will take this Licht. I will take this Licht over chapter 1 Licht.
Uh-huh.
So she calls him an idiot, and they kiss. Nani, only 35 chapters. Main characters have already kissed.
It's not like they start dating after this. It's not that special.
They do start dating after this.
No, they fucking don't.
Yeah, they're a couple from this point on.
Are they?
Yeah.
You'll forgive me because she immediately fucking leaves and doesn't see her again for 15 chapters. So forgive me for being like, have they spent any time together? Like at all?
I of the mind. I think this is really cute, and I'm glad. Let me rephrase. It's not cute. I'm glad that they did it instead of saving it for like the last couple chapters of the manga, because that's usually how it goes. So
yeah, Chivalry of a Failed Knight did this in episode 4, right? This isn't really special.
What?
Yeah, I said Chivalry of a Failed Knight did this in episode 4.
Yeah, and it was really refreshing when it happened there as well.
Mm-hmm. I'm saying it's not special to happen like 35 chapters into a manga.
For a shonen? God, the fuck yes it is.
I guess. It's a low bar, though.
Also, Ivan in the chat. Yeah, you
fucking. I imagine his name now is just Ivan in the chat. It's all you ever fucking
I keep
call.
saying that.
Hey, Ivan. Yeah, hey, Ivan. You know, yeah. But Ivan in the chat is just his name now.
Sorry, I always say that. We shall see in the
first name Ivan, last name Chat.
I'm sorry, I'll stop doing that. I just always go in the chat because I feel like to understand, but you don't. We know Ivan. Anyway, so Hina says, Mother did tell me to look for an ace, but and then we retconned it. And so we see the same exchange where she goes, "Oh, give it to one of the legendary aces. Give it to the ace that you choose."
The fuck does that mean?
Thank you, Daedalus.
Give it to the first one you come across, more like.
Yeah, basically, like what? Give it to Doan.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Could you imagine if she was like, and that's why I'm giving it to Doan?
Yeah. Fucking, I love Amelia style thing.
Oh no!
I love Doan. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Licht.
I've wanted to say it all this time. Something about his weird goat eyes and fucking his love of pulling other girls by the hair. It just really won me over.
The way he has no respect for women is a big turn on for me. so you Licht cries.
Also, yeah, I'm sure Minazuki totally had this in mind when fucking chapter 1.
No, he totally didn't. But anyway,
yeah.
She goes, "Get it? I choose you, Pikachu." I told you, right? No matter how messy your life is, I decided on you. You won't be alone. It's a promise, right? Don't go off by yourself anymore, okay? Don't put on that strange mask to hide a difficult face again, okay? And since we're agreeing, let's fuck.
Wow. Fucking God, that doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't really bug me. I don't. I think.
Yeah, I actually didn't mind the lines on the last page. Like, again, I feel like this makes sense only when you like it's the Hina-chan from chapter like 1 through 50 or 1 through 19. Like, she is flopped back to the character she was at the start of these lines are what she would say at the start of the manga, like not her new character, but like so I like in that context I was like, okay, this makes sense. I like don't put on the strange mask. I had a difficult face. I'm sort of getting into this, and then also it's fun. Like, wow, way to
I don't know.
pull the rug out from under
I
that
don't
shit.
know. I think it's like because the way it's framed, and she even goes like, ah,
I don't
I'm
like
just
it.
kidding.
I think this is a really bad fucking way to do comedy in the middle of a drama bit. But
I
like
think
just
it's a
like
little
dropping the drama bit on its head.
I don't know. I think it's kind of a cute tension dispersal. It's not
I
like the
don't like
great
it.
Minazuki's done a lot better, but I think it's cute. And also just like how pure their reactions are too. It's not like
Fucking Ivan, look at that.
no, I am in the chat.
Yeah, no, he changed his name. Like,
Oh god damn it, Ivan. No, I didn't even notice that. I read what you typed, but I didn't. Ivan, you didn't have to do that. I'm sorry. I didn't want this.
That's funny shit. I like that a lot.
This is going into Plunderer and Bookclub lore.
Oh, I love it. Oh, it's so good.
Anyway.
Anyway, she turns into Kirby again at the bottom page.
That's a cute face. I'll have you leave it alone. So she's like, never mind, I'm teasing. But please win this fight and come back.
As we
But
awkwardly shift back to drama. Fuck you.
But don't kill again. Because killing for everyone else's sake made you alone.
That's a Tristan line right there.
Oh, sorry. Because killing for everyone's sake made you alone.
That's how if you kill everyone else in the room, you're alone. So yeah, I guess she's right.
Hina, you're misunderstanding one thing.
As this 22 pack comes out.
Yeah. Certainly, I killed enemies and grew distant from everyone in Class A. But you know, I was never alone. But despite that, I broke a promise. Isn't that right? Dawn! Cockroach! Another cool double page spread as they fucking charge at each other. But fucking... Oh, the next page is goddamn incredible. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. This is beautiful art. I would kiss this art. Say it's good art. I need a compliment. Say it's good art.
I'm trying to... So, like, Doan aimed his gravity ball, and then Licht ran past it, and like...
Licht... Yeah, so Doan... Because Doan specifically has to target. So
right.
Licht in this instant speed
but he
like
speeded up and then hit him in the face.
Yeah, he caught up to him in time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a fucking I love how his gravity like ball is drawn. And like seeing again like both like the flash from Lick speed like contrasting like the black energy that Doan makes for really cool imagery.
Yeah.
And then just like the ground shattering.
I'm curious why his gravity has like neurons in it though.
Oh, is that what that is?
I think so. That's what it looks like. It looks like neurons in the brain.
Huh. Oh yeah, I didn't make that connection. I think it's supposed to just be like electricity or whatever,
maybe?
just like bullshit anime energy, you know?
Oh.
But like looks cool either way. So Licht catches up and he grabs him. Back then, I promised you, but I broke that promise because Alcius sank. I feel like there's some translation error here because
it didn't sink.
I think he means it's going to sink because like the like if they don't, as we learn, if they don't keep the vote going, Alcia will eventually sink, and that's his plan. So like he plans to make Althea come sinking. So that's clearly just a translation error there because it didn't sink. But I don't. That's right, cockroach. Food and resources were both running out. What would happen if Alcia crashed down during that? Were you gonna stoke that war up again? That war where we could do nothing but kill? And yet, this world is wrong. We can't do anything but kill. We can't be content except by stealing. We shouldn't create such a world. So I'm trying again, from here, with everyone, to make a non-killing army. Come with me, Doan! Make me cockroach! Do you think you'll get me to... You'll think you'll get me to agree with the brawl?
Isaiah vomiting greetings for all this terrible dialogue.
I'm taking damage from all the previous defending. Now that we're finally enjoying a chapter,
Isaiah heard himself in confusion.
Fuck, that was the best comment from us.
That was good.
If we don't kill... if we don't kill, the war doesn't end! Do you still not get it?
Ah!
so here's what's really fucking cool about the next fucking page, okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
This thing of them punching each other is a redraw of their fight from back in chapter 22.
Nice.
Now let me show you. You're gonna put it on stream. You're gonna show everyone.
Do I have to?
Yes, you have to.
I believe you. I'm sure.
No, but everyone else has to see. It's because it's really cool seeing back to back. Where is it? I lost the page. Fuck. All right. So here's the one in chapter 22.
No,
put it on stream.
1 second. There. It's on stream.
And now go to the one on the current. It's a fucking redo. Only this time fighting back. And it's so goddamn. It's cool as fuck. You see the parallel?
That's the page there, and that's the page from the manga. Yes, it is an exact parallel.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so fun. Only this time, Licht fucking fights back. And he's just a fucking slugfest, and they hit each other. And he goes, "Cockroach!"
What great dialogue!
Fuck off! If this was in a Gurren Lagann, again, you wouldn't fucking complain. If
they said their names 3 or 4 times back to back, yeah, I would.
They didn't do it back to back.
Yeah.
Basically, they are.
It's only dialogue to just yell cockroach at him.
It's fucking. That's what he calls them. Anyway,
I know, but occasionally you do some different insults.
Think anything.
The fact that he's called him a cockroach 4 times in the one fight, occasionally just be like "fuck you" or anything else that isn't just the same insult. I don't think
they can get away with just putting "fuck you."
You know what I mean?
Laters then insert. I know what you mean, but it's supposed to be like the anime thing. Do you complain every time? And Matsui Ryuko?
Yeah, it's a meme in the community for goddamn reason. It's silly in Kill la Kill. I made a goddamn drinking game out of it once where you take a shot every time they yell their fucking names. That was great.
And it's awesome when it happens. Even if it's silly.
The whole reason the drinking idea exists because it is so silly that they just do it again and again.
My point is, it's the same principle, and it's not it's so dumb. It's when you get in the moment, it's
at least I also don't think cockroach is that great an insult.
Whatever.
At least yelling their names, whatever, but
whatever. Anyway, so they strangle each other and they both get the
Dan, that's a fucking I don't like that point, Dan. It takes a fucking, philosopher to know 2-3 swear words. Only the great Aristotle could understand the difference between fuck you and fuck off. Come on.
What are you talking about?
Din and chat's Doan doesn't look like the rich vocabulary type. It takes a lot of intelligence to know a bunch of different swear words. A bunch of different swear words aren't usually associated with people with low intelligence.
Well, what does that say about you?
I know it was a joke. I'm just saying,
Isaiah wins!
I didn't even hear what you said. I was responding to him. What was your stupid insult?
I said, what does that say about you? It's not as fun repeating it.
No.
Anyway, so they choke each other for a bit, and then they fall down because the anime tired. He goes, Doan, you remember that war? Yeah.
The one?
Which one? Remember that, Doan? Remember that one time the war? No.
Which war? There's so many of them.
There's no way I'll forget. Is it because you have too much of that lolicon bastard's genes filling in you? I didn't know.
Where did that come from?
He's talking about Sherman.
I know. Where did that come from?
He's just being rude and insulting Sherman.
I guess.
So you're just taking personal.
Are you would you call someone a pedophile because they didn't want to kill a child?
Sure, I'd call you.
Even if you were like trying to be an asshole to them?
Well, he's not calling Licht a pedophile.
It's just a really weird fucking insult to throw out at this moment.
Fair. Whatever. But anyway. Says you'd always spare the children. And out of the enemies you found? What? Oh, it makes sense, I think. Brainwashing.
That's what you guys say in this manga. I think it makes sense, maybe. I'm not sure.
It's the fucking translation of the line. Point is that
they
started raising child soldiers to fight them.
Yeah, so they started brainwashing kids to kill Licht because they noticed he wouldn't kill kids.
Hundreds of them. That's right. All of them were killed by you. So why don't you get it, cockroach? If Alcia sinks now, you want to have that again?
You cut out.
God damn it! Of course,
it'll be certain war at the abyss. You want that to happen again?
Okay, should be good now.
Welcome back.
Thank you. If Alcia sinks now, it'll be certain war with the abyss. You want to have that again? The war where we had to kill once again? Why didn't you just sleep? Why didn't you? Then why do you look no different from 300 years ago either? Weren't you really remorseful too? About Alcia?
Let me talk about this idea that it's apparently canon that fucking, like, this, if you have regrets, you don't age. Do they need that? Couldn't Minazuki just been like, they had a bullshit surgery so they don't age?
Well, I mean, the surgery is the reason why. It's just the regret that's...
I know, but it's kind of... It's just it's an extra stupid cherry on top of a thing that would have made enough sense by itself.
Fair.
It's like, this is too sensical. How do we make it extra stupid?
Well, it's because they all have like a unique regret, dude. We all got to find out what every individual one's is, bro.
Thanks, fucking Lebowski.
Anyway, lend me your strength, Doan. Your power is something I need. Doan, as he loses the fight, it cues his anime flashback where we get the rest of the scene. Doan, you killed such a young child. So why? He was an enemy. Haven't I said that in war?
You have to kill your enemies, as we have learned prior to now.
I know, but what I like about this is that, like, he's clearly like lying to himself in this because he's trembling. He feels fucking like shit for doing this. Mm-hmm. He's shaking, and Licht simply replies, "Doan, I'm sorry. Hey, cockroach. The two of us will kill all the enemies."
Man, so all the enemies, like, they don't have the determination and willpower to actually shoot them properly, so their bullets are bending around them.
No, it's the gravity this time.
Fuck you!
Could you imagine one of the soldiers like, fuck, I don't have enough conviction, shit!
Yeah, that's how bullets work, right?
Kill all the enemies, every last one of them, so we can quickly end such a stupid, shitty war. Yeah, it's a promise. I really like this page too.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Doan, like, not just like the crazy, like, nutso expressions that he shows. Like a few pages ago, I forgot to mention it. Like when his like forehead was bleeding and his face was all blacked out, and like the blood was like the one thing you could see. That was cool. But also just like subtle expressions like these, where he's just like questioning himself, not quite at peace, but conflicted, and it's really well drawn. I like it a lot.
I have a question about past war. Why was Licht about to be killed by the kid with the knife?
Like why?
Why didn't he just like walk away?
Well, we can presume that this was after, and again, it does take like presumptions and blah 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 blah. That it's the end. They probably just finished fighting, and he was tired, and he was on the ground and incapacitated.
He was tired. Fuck you.
My assumption is that he was incapacitated. You know. it's again, it is something you have to fill yourself. So it is. I'm not saying you're wrong to criticize it. That's fair because I thought that too. Like, well, even if your kids are brainwashed, it doesn't mean you can't just like walk away.
Where's the page where it shows the kid with the knife?
Licht is specifically laying on the ground, so he's either go to 38.
Yeah,
he's either wounded or incapacitated after fighting.
Or more likely, Minazuki's just like, well, Licht's got to be in danger now, so he can't be standing up. Like in this old war where Licht's a superhuman badass, what the hell could like incapacitate him? And also, what would do that wouldn't be there now? Like if they had a bomb that's like a bomb, like an EMP that exploded and like knocked him out or some shit. Like presumably the soldiers would be there standing over him and then shoot him. Like what would knock him out and then not be there to finish him off?
Oh.
Anyways, Minazuki wanted to have the shot of the kid trying to kill him, and so we could have an edgy backstory where Doan had to kill kids, but couldn't think of a way to make the kid actually a threat to Licht in any way, and so he just had Licht fall down for no reason, so that Doan could walk in and have to kill the kid instead.
Whatever. Anyway, so Doan fucking Licht stands over him. He's the winner. He won the anime fight. Doan just does the anime thing where you open up with a non sequitur and says the original ballot. Out of 7, 3 are held by Captain Allen, Supreme Commander Alexandrov. In case you forgot, he's both.
Yeah, right. Yeah. This guy you might not know, named Captain Allen, who also, if you don't know, is Supreme Commander Alexandrov.
Right. The remaining 4 are at the Special Service headquarters, but one of them was stolen 5 years ago.
What is that from? What was that from?
What, the right?
Yeah. Oh, it's Krunk. It's fucking Krunk, isn't it? Yeah. The poison for Cusco, the poison chosen to kill Cusco. Cusco's poison.
Captain Allen, the Supreme Commander Alexandrov.
The guy who leads the military. Captain Allen. Right.
Yeah. Where that one is right now, I got no idea. I do again like this little bit of characterization with Doan. He's like, hey, I'm not working with you, but I'll fucking let it slide. He says, Cockroach, I'm not going to surrender to anyone, you especially. But there's one thing I gotta say. Do you know of the Wall of Paradise?
Ruled by numbers.
It's inside the Special Service headquarters.
Would Licht not know about this?
Built using the Alsing. I don't. Would he? I don't know, because it's not like he's been there. Him and Nana have been on the run since forever.
I guess. Okay.
A huge wall built using the Althing's power.
Again, just whenever a character has an exposition scene with Licht, I'm like, isn't Licht like know everything? Like, is there any reason for him to tell him this other than to also tell the audience? You
questioning that is fair.
Yeah,
but
it's just my default. Like, when a character has exposition, my immediate thought is, don't the characters know this?
I gotta stop saying in the chat. God damn it!
It's fine. Sorry, it's fine. I just noticed you do it all the time, and so I pointed it out.
Now that I notice it, though, it's bothering me.
Right? Yeah. Everyone change your names to blank in the chat, so it makes Isaiah's life easier.
Avjol does bring up. I missed it earlier, but Avjol said that by chairman, I presume they mean Sherman, had regrets before the school arc. Yes, as we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
By majority vote, no one but those permitted can enter. Nobody knows what's inside. 2 months ago, I saw the lot from Class A going in. It was like, ugh! It was far away, so maybe I saw wrong. Ain't that right? Those guys should all be dead. Hey, Cockroach, it was a delusion, right? What does this mean? Everyone's alive? Everyone from Class A? And there we go. Chapter done. Before you say a word, I like this chapter. I like it. Good chapter. I like it a lot.
It's less dumb. There's also
take it.
There was less space for it to be dumb because it was mostly just a fight scene.
Exactly, and it was a
Less
cool
things
fight.
happened, and so like, but it's like fucking if 5 things happened in this chapter and 10 happened in the last chapter, and 9 of those things were shit, and 4 of those things were shit here, then yeah, I guess it was a less shit chapter by that rule. It's not like we've gotten
It
any
was
better though.
fuck
Just
you,
less things happened than
fuck
usual.
you. This
There's
chapter
still a
was
lot of dumb
fun.
shit, like Licht falling over for no reason so Doan could kill a kid.
It's not like he just falls. You can fucking.
It is like he just falls. The scene starts and he's just like, knocked out for no reason.
Fucking, I agree that like Minazuki should have like shown like what came beforehand, but it's not like literally just fell and a kid was like, like it's. I don't want to like give like lazy writing the benefit of the doubt by saying like,
why stop now?
Fuck you. Like my point is that like I don't like the argument where people like say, oh, it's smart because you have to put the pieces together yourself, because that doesn't make it smart.
Yeah.
However, I don't,
Jedi
you know, exactly. That's literally exactly what I was thinking of. Yeah. However, I don't think that like it's a huge leap to assume, you know, they're in the middle of the battlefield. Him and Doan are both bloodied up and torn. They've been fighting for a while. He's probably either injured or exhausted. And then a kid came to take advantage of the moment, and they're child soldiers. You know, you can say whatever, but I don't think it's that bad. The fight was cool as fuck.
Why would Doan have to kill the kid? Couldn't he, like, at the worst, just like fucking kick him in the stomach and have him drop?
Yeah, Doan didn't have to kill the kid, but
he's like he has the balls to be like anime sad about it later. Like, if he didn't have to kill the kid, then there's no reason he would have done.
He's trying to like stay true to his own word and not come off as like a hypocrite and like be prideful, even if it fucking hurts him, and he knows it's not the right thing to do, because his character is fucking flawed. He makes mistakes, but you know, if he keeps touting like, no, we have to kill every enemy, and then he spares an enemy, it shows that there is a flaw in his line of thinking, and that if there are people that can be spared, why just the kid?
Fine. I surrender that one. Let's go back to the previous one. Like, why the fuck is Licht on the ground?
If you surrender.
Why is Licht on the ground for no reason so that he can kill a kid? Let's go back to that and how stupid that
is. Anyway, but it was a cool fight. I really like Doan's characterization as a whole.
It's fine, yeah.
I almost think this is kind of a double-edged sword with Plunderer, where like all of the characters that I really like,
a double-edgy sword.
All the characters that I really like aren't really part of the main cast. Like Pele kind of counts because he's always with them, but even then he's one of the
he fades into the background more often. Minazuki doesn't even bother to draw him most of the time.
Minazuki, there's enough like intrigue that Minazuki sprinkles in to like make him stand out. But for the most part, he is just like a background guy until later. So again, a lot of the characters that I really like Doan, Alan, Pele, aren't center stage, which can be a little frustrating because it's like, wow, all the really well-written characters that are really cool and have like gripping stories around them aren't around as much as I'd like. So that can be frustrating. But that said, I do still like the characters, and I'm glad he's here, and I think he adds something interesting to the story. And it's great because it's the same situation with, in fact, I'd probably argue better than the Yoshitsune, where they take like a bully character that you think is just going to be a one-off asshole for the sake of it. Him even more so because he's fucking ugly, and you'd never think they'd make him like a central character and actually develop him and make him likable and like interesting and contribute something to the story. Like, yeah, I probably like, I think Yoshitsune has done cooler shit, and I have a bias towards him. But like you said when we were going through it, like Yoshitsune was just there to be another member of the cast to do the thing to save Sukata at the end. You know, like he didn't need to be there. The story would have progressed just fine without him, but he was a fun flavor. Whereas Doan is like actually adds something to the lore, to the story. He adds interesting fights. And I like him a lot. I think it's a nice refined take on Yoshitsune.
Yeah. I mean, I continue to not have issues with like when Minazuki's trying to characterize the characters. I think it works out pretty well. My issue's not been like my issue's been the characters he either doesn't bother characterize like Hina, or just with the writing connecting the characterization bits.
That's what I was saying. That's the thing, is that like a lot of the more central characters don't have that great of characterization, which is frustrating. Licht is getting better. I think
in Doan's case right here, I don't have an issue with like his like personality or like the stuff he says as he goes through. I only have an issue when I like flash back into the past and we have to contrive a situation where Doan has to kill a kid so that he can be edgy in the future and have a reason to be that. Like, I think it's not the character itself; it's the writing that causes the character to be that way that I have an issue with.
No. I get what you're saying, and but again, that leans back to what I'm falling on earlier, where I say, like, for me, I always value characters first and foremost, and I think that they can carry a weaker story. And characters like Doan, not Hina, but characters like Doan carry.
Hashtag, you have to like say it up for like hashtag not all Minazuki characters. Yeah.
Hashtag not all Minazuki. No, characters like Doan do just that. I'm very
you have to preempt every argument praising the characters. It doesn't apply to Hina, but like,
well, just because I know if I don't,
you're right that Hina's still shit. But
if I don't, you'll say it yourself. So
that's true.
That's my criticism shield.
Yeah. In my subjective opinion, this one.
Yeah. Oh, I should have said that. Fuck. But yeah, I really like this chapter. I like the emotional conclusion between him and
it's the best one we've read out of the four today. Art, but again, only by fucking comparison to like it's bad.
Yeah, that's fair. Like this definitely isn't like as good as chapter 31 last volume that ended on like genuinely like a fucking peak Minazuki chapter. This is just like a solid like what I'd expect of a Minazuki, whereas like like what I'd expect from good Minazuki. Whereas like
I'm laughing at Din in the chat, but yeah, it's funny too.
Yeah. Start disclaimer, Hina is bad.
Also, Ivan in the chat makes a good point too.
No, yeah.
Like Hina's one of the worst main characters like ever. Like, yeah. I have difficulty thinking of one I dislike more.
I definitely don't like Hina. Like
maybe Rey from fucking Star Wars.
Oh, yeah, at least fucking Hina doesn't fucking
go around solving everything perfectly. By magic. Yeah, at least she's like appropriately not powerful. That's something.
Yeah, but yeah, I do like the intrigue that this sets up too about the kids, because there's a lot of ways that the story could go, and we know which way it did go. And I do like the way that it went too, of all the options. But it's like, are these the same people? Could they be clones? Because we know that they're capable of making clones. Because they clone
the
David.
Answer is yes.
They could be clones. It could be that they were immortal. Did they fake their deaths? Did they really kill themselves? It asks a lot. There's a lot of possibilities, and I like that. So yeah, I think the volume ended on a strong note. I think it's. What was I going to say?
I think I'd care. I don't think it's that strong a note. I think I'd care more if like more than two of these characters had gotten any characterization at all. Like everyone from Class A being the cliffhanger. Like I don't really care about Class A. The characters do.
I'd say like.
Also, good news? Question mark.
It's good news if you care. I'd say Genji and Ichinose got enough characterization, but the rest of them are just background singular personality trait.
Yeah, that's why I don't give a shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, those two aren't interesting enough by themselves to like.
No, yeah, that's the thing.
Care
they're
regardless.
As a unit.
I don't even care about any of either of them individually. Like it's not like what is Ichinose still alive? Oh man, I don't care if she is. She was okay, but like I don't really care.
I care.
Like,
I care because like Licht cares.
Like two of these guys have been characterized, and neither of them are enough to make me invested in this.
Here's the thing. I like them, and I care because Licht and the other cast cares, and I want things to turn out okay for them. So that's why I care.
Okay.
I know you don't give a shit, but
it's very true.
Well, we finished it. We finished yet another volume.
Yay, we did it. 3 hours for one fucking volume.
For one volume.
What a good decision to stop reading
fair,
two.
It went fast after the first chapter. Like we got it down to like
fucking like
faster.
1 per 40 minutes as opposed to 1 per hour.
Hour and like 15.
Yeah.
Fucking Din. Look, it's everyone from Class A. All 3 of them we actually know.
Yeah, pretty much. After 300 years, and they found the right pair of panties to move Licht's heart. They cut to the wall of paradise, and the wall is made entirely of panties. That would be a wall of paradise.
God, this just sounds like a fucking chapter of SNL.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Tomaki has hidden himself behind the wall of paradise, like Sugita narrates, and then Sahara's like, the wall of paradise, and then we cut to like the same building.
Ruled by angeloids. That would be good. Yeah, I can see that.
We finished this volume. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna do this.
Sucks.
We're in for the long. No, stop. I
would have dropped this manga 20 times at this point. Like,
every day I grow more and more afraid that you're just gonna tell me that we're not doing these anymore, and that makes me really upset because these are a lot of fun.
Yeah, I am having fun. I just like to hyperbolically complain about bullshit. I am having fun. I like to hyperbolically complain about shit.
Okay, that's all. Because some, I'm very insecure, believe it or not.
I wouldn't have guessed.
Even though I know we're having fun, sometimes in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, "Oh fuck, is he gonna get tired and walk in the middle of it?"
No, like my whole job on YouTube is pick apart shit I hated. Like I'm doing this. I'm doing what I signed up for originally. Right now, it's just
that's just me.
It's like when Spoonie's reviewing a thing. He's like, I want to kill myself. I want to die. Like, you have to be hyperbolic about it. That's funny.
That's true. And I mean, I know because I get hyperbolic too. But at the same time, I always just wonder what are the grains of truth in here? What do I have to fear?
Yeah. The grains of truth, I like complaining about bullshit. It gives me a lot to complain about.
That's true.
Yeah, I think it's interesting just how like fundamentally it fails to tell a fucking story. Like that, the writing is just so abysmally bad that I think it's like an interesting like case study in all the different ways writing can fuck up. Like exposition, world building, characters, drama. It fucks them all up. It's constantly giving shit to complain about. It's like new and causing interesting new conversations about why it's so bad. And I think that's interesting. And so I'll keep going as long as it keeps finding new ways to suck.
Yay.
That's a fucking endorsement if I've ever heard one.
Did you see Din's thing in the chat, by the way?
You streamed like that one beast from I've not seen Fantastic Beasts. Just gross to every space it's occupying. So I started reading one chapter every stream. It takes 3 hours too. Probably, honestly, yeah. Fucking yeah. We're like water. We take on the shape of the container we're in.
And once we do catch up with the volumes, we probably will just do like one-off chapter readings. So it'll probably happen. And when we're
welcome to the 1-page Plunderer stream. Okay, there's a lot wrong with this word.
When we catch up, do you want to just do them live?
Sure.
Like as if we hold off on reading the chapters until,
I guess. I feel like our ability to complain is boosted by us knowing the context of the whole chapter. But if you want to, I don't mind.
I thought that would prolong discussion, but if you think it wouldn't, then we can just.
I think it would prolong it. I just think it would be worse for it.
That's fair. No, yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, never mind. And I would, if I'm being honest, I would just read them anyway because I'm a shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, so your homework. Thank you for asking, Vapor Weeb.
It's always going to be 4 chapters at this point. Like, just add 4 to whatever the last one was. It's simple now.
Unless we get like an uneven volume, because that happens sometimes. Like,
does it? That's always 4.
With Plunderer, volume 1 was 3, and in Sora no Atashimono sometimes.
Well, volume 1 also had like 100 pages for a chapter, whatever the hell.
Well, that's the thing. We don't know if one will like look at the like the Melon arc. That was 3 chapters in a volume, and then a couple of bonus chapters.
Okay, fine.
So it could happen theoretically, but for now. Yeah, it'll be 4 every time. So it's 36 to 39 for next stream. It's all of volume 10.
Nice.
That Sai's gonna have a great time because that's when the loli gets introduced.
And then immediately dies.
Spoil, you don't give a shit anymore.
No, I don't. I'm glad you realized that.
But you'll probably enjoy making comments about her.
Oh, absolutely.
10 minutes. Yeah.
Can't wait.
All right. Well, looking forward to seeing all you guys then.
Absolutely.
It's been a blast.
Thank you guys very much for watching. Fuck you, Isaiah.
Fuck you.
I will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.